that.
I was with you on that just a little bit because
I've seen it from both sides, bro. I've seen it from both. In high school, I had hoop dreams, but then on the back end of that, there was times where I was playing game battles and stuff on COD and stuff like that. I know how hard it is on that end too, bro. Like,
so what was your take, Steph? What was your take on that?
I was saying pro gaming. My take is that pro gaming and pro sports take an equal level of dedication and skill to get to the top in your
they tried to kill him for that. He
arena.
wasn't wrong.
That's not a crazy take.
I mean, it's not a crazy take, but I just think it just takes different level of dedication because, like, I mean, think about it. Like a pro athlete.
It's not even different levels. That's the thing. It's the same level.
But see, look, a pro athlete has to like not only like be in the gym, but they also got to like take care of their body by eating right. I don't think a pro gamer necessarily.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, okay. See, I don't know.
If that's what he's using.
I mean, maybe just some arthritis or whatever.
No, not even that. My mental health. I need my mental right because the same way like pro athletes is, pro gaming is. Athletes might be 80% mental. Pro gaming is 90 to 95% mental. Like, if you ain't right here, you're fucked all across the board.
What about glitches and like hitboxes and like those things too?
Say it again, Garrett.
I was saying like glitches and like hitboxes and stuff like that. Like that's like uncontrollable. Like when you play, it's like that's something you have to master, especially if you're like a speed runner, or like or you're like a top tier gamer. So those things, it's like if you're playing the game normally.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that there's so many different levels to pro gaming too. Like speedrunning, I think that might be one of the most extremes because speedrunning is bro, it's so nuts. The thing that the different cues that they know, like the smallest cue. I've watched Mario speedrunning for like a day and a half one time, and I was like, bro, I get to the third level on Mario and I'm frustrated. These dudes are doing it blindfolded. Like,
bro, and even like I was watching when Gabe was speedrunning Super Mario 64 the other day because I was watching him when we were for doing that video, like B-roll or whatever. And I've watched a lot of Super Mario 64 speedruns, so it's like, oh yeah, bomb clip, I know that one. Oh yeah, like cannon list, I know that one. He was doing a few tricks. I'm like, I've never seen someone like try that. You know what I mean? And it's like it still was pretty good. So it's like there's a lot of different ways that you can like master certain things like this. And this is coming from Super Mario hoops. You know what I mean? Like
straight up.
Super Mario is a part of it.
But then that's like, what's even crazier.
Not this way, not that way, you know. But yeah.
That's what's even crazier. You have so many other games as well. Like 2K is a different beast in its own because every year there's different nuances that you got to figure out to that game. Madden is the same way, COD is the same way. Then you got Siege, where that's just a super strategic game. Then you got Apex. Then you got there's so many different games where one pro gamer in one game would be dog shit if they go to try to play the next game. And that's how hard pro gaming really is.
You know how hard it is to just be good at one fighting game and then your skills don't automatically transfer over.
Why did I just hear that late?
That's crazy.
No,
guy.
What?
Hey,
the redemption arc for Jay is about to be crazy.
It's crazy.
Facts.
Yeah, that can't be the end.
That's crazy. All right, well, I think that's a good way to start. I think that is a great way to start. Jay, you need to get your get back in this 2K.
Oh, I will. Let's believe I will.
I hope so, Jay. I really do hope so.
All
right, so let's go ahead and get the stream cracking here today. What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is, man. Big KOT in the building. Saturday, September 16th. I got my guys with me. To my right, I have my boy Mo. Mo, my dog. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm chilling. Playing Mortal Kombat. If you couldn't tell by the thing next to my name.
Yes, sir.
I'm going crazy.
Yes, sir. And you already know we got Super Mario Hoops in the building. My boy G. How you doing, Garrett?
Doing pretty good. You know, glad to be here for, you know, the ClutchTalk keyholder stream, of course. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. TB without a hat. My boy Trill. What's up?
Hey, man. We got a haircut today, bro.
I like it.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Clean tape up. I
like it. I'm wearing a hat because I haven't got a haircut. So I love it. And Jay, my brother in the building, my brother NBA Addict TV. What's the deal?
Hey, I'm chilling, bro. I'm excited for this episode, bro.
Yes, sir.
That nigga posed like these white bitches. He said.
Jay just can't escape. Jay just can't. He just
Jay's
can't
is
go.
crazy,
he just can't
bro.
get it right now.
Like he said, the comeback could be insane.
Let's see if Jay can make this comeback, man. But let's go ahead and get into the stream today. First topic that we got, man, is a classic, fun game you see sometimes like on Twitter and stuff like that, or just around the NBA world. That's player A versus player B. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and list, and I'm gonna my boy TB is gonna go ahead and share the screen and show stats on player A versus player B, without names, of course. And y'all just gonna go ahead and let me know who you got. So I could go ahead and list it off for, I guess, anybody that's like listening out there. For our player A, first player A that we got, he's averaging 25.9 points per game, 2.6 assists, 12.5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1.1 steals, shooting 56% from the field, 25% from the three-point line, and 78% from the free throw line. And the player we're comparing him to, player B, 24.5 points per game, 9.8 assists, 11.8 rebounds, 1.3 steals, 0.7 blocks, 63% from the field, 38% from the three-point line, and 82% from the free throw line. My guys, the floor is open.
Now,
go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. I know exactly who player B is because I was stat watching him the entirety of last season. And
don't spoil it though, my boy.
Nah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but because I know who player B is, well, even if I didn't know who player B is, them stats is crazy. The efficiency crazy. I could sacrifice a measly 1.4 points per game and a defense side of ball if you give me what he give me on the offense. So yeah, I already made my pick, but y'all can go ahead.
Hey, man.
Efficiency. Oh, go ahead, Steph.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say efficiency wise too. It's like player B hasn't beat everywhere. I mean, the rebounding is close, the scoring is close, but the assist gap, I mean, that really separates it. So if I'm looking just at these stats and I'm like, who's giving me more? I feel like it should be obviously player B, but I don't know. That's just my thought.
Yeah, and I'm partially with y'all on that. But I'm gonna be honest. Your boy gotta be consistent. Y'all know me. I love defense. So for the sake of remaining consistent with what myself I really rock with, I gotta go with player A. Now that efficiency is crazy, but like looking at the stats, this tells me it's front court guys. So with that being said, I don't think they're shooting very, very many threes. So the 3-point percentage isn't really scaring me too much. The assist total does kind of like make me, it makes me want to lean towards B. But when you're giving me 2 blocks and a steal a game while shooting damn near 60% as well, you're literally the definition of a two-way player in my eyes. I'm gonna go with A, but again, I love defense. So
see, I respect the player A decision, Steph. Obviously, these are 2 players that have completely different play styles. One is incredibly detail oriented when it comes to defense, and obviously with the 2 blocks a game, 1 steal, efficient within the arc. Obviously not a 3-point shooter, but the stats for player B: 24, about 10 assists, 11, basically 12 rebounds. I gotta go with that player. The impact that they play, the efficiency, 63% from the field, 38 from 3. Like you
bro,
can't
these
go...
are 2K numbers, bro. What
Shit
the
is
hell?
crazy.
I'm really looking at this right now, like, bro.
What the fuck? Like what? Like someone put this up in the NBA?
I have no idea who player B is.
You completely disregard the 3-point number for me. It's just look at the 63% from the field, bro.
No.
Hey, you don't know who player B is?
You don't know who player B is?
Can we
I don't know who player A is.
It's player B is Jokic and player A is AD.
Anthony Davis.
Look at him.
Oh, duh.
Look at him.
But
look at him.
I listen, in any world, I'm a pick Jokic because who's not? But like that stat line is just insane. Like I kid you not. Like the only thing that would make this more 2K like if it's that 24 went to like 40 points per game. But like if we're scaling it down to real life, bro, This is 40% from 3, and you're shooting 60% from the field.
No, that's
This
crazy.
look like one of them Luka Sims. Just the points per game just turned down.
Yeah,
exactly what this
it
is.
really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you simmed my GM year,
Mhm.
or it's my NBA now. My fault.
That's
Bro,
I
I,
think too,
was
like,
so
or-
upset when this
Okay.
man just like stopped scoring at the end of the season, bro. Because he was right there. That 25-point triple double was right there. It was right there, and he just didn't.
But
I
you
mean,
know,
they
they,
stopped
you know
caring.
they had the stat pad allegations though. I feel like that played
Man,
into
if-
it. I'm
were
not
they
gonna
valid
lie.
allegations?
If he really wanted the stat pad, he could have got
No.
that 25, 10, and 11.
Jay, they were
10,
not valid
12.
allegations,
Do
bro.
But
y'all
I
think
feel-
if he averaged a triple double, he would have won MVP?
Probably.
I don't think it matters.
He not
I
made
think
it
that
play.
was
If he
Joel's.
didn't, and he averaged like 60, 40, 80 splits basically too as
Bro.
the number 1 seed, and that's
24,
Yeah.
crazy,
10,
bro.
11,
Like-
60, 38, 82. That's the MVP.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
don't
on the
think it
record saying
mattered.
I think he deserved it anyways. Like even though
Yeah,
he
that's
didn't
what I'm
win it.
saying. Yeah,
I thought
Mhm.
Embiid deserved last season, like the season before,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and I thought
agree.
Jokic deserved this past season personally. So
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know.
am I alone in thinking that Giannis deserved this most recent MVP?
I
Yeah.
think he
I
had
wouldn't
a
be mad at
shot.
it.
I won't say deserved per se.
Yeah, not deserved, but I mean, he was my MVP pick.
I mean, nigga was
You
balling.
ready for the next one,
Yeah,
Jer?
well,
Or John?
yeah.
Sorry.
Yep, I'm with that. Let's go ahead and kick it to this next one. This next one right here, we got a player A, 32.4 points per game, 8 assists, 8.6 rebounds, 1.4 steals, 0.5 blocks, shooting 49% from the field, 34% from the 3-point line, 74% from the free throw line. And the player we're comparing him to is averaging 31.1 points per game, 5.7 assists per game, 11.8 rebounds, 0.8 steals and blocks, 55% from the field, 27% from the 3-point line, and 67% from the free throw line.
Bro, this nigga almost has a 32-point triple-double. That is ridiculous, bro. Okay, so
Crazy,
I'm
bro.
just going to kick it off rip. The 3-point shooting, the free throw shooting, they're getting me. Player B, I know who player B is. I'm going to be honest. What other name is a 30-point per game player and can't shoot the ball? We know who that is. But basically, we're going off his stats. So forget who the player is. I'm going player A, bro.
Yeah, let
like
me
that.
I also I feel like and it sucks because like I didn't want to like come in here like knowing it, but it's like I feel like I know who both the players are, but based on the stats alone, like if I just saw these stats, I'm thinking like player A is probably giving me a little bit more. You know what I mean? So I would
I like this one.
based on this, I'm gonna go player A. Although like if they are who I think they are, I'm probably gonna
we're on the same wavelength like that. Like
Bro, I should have made this harder, bro. I should have known.
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
not
real
gonna-
hoop heads in here.
No. It
I
is
got real
actually
hoop heads
hard
in here.
though.
I should have made this shit harder.
Okay,
That's
look,
the thing,
you
though.
You should have made it harder by choosing harder names. That number 3, I still haven't figured out who it was. But number 1 and 2, I mean, them was pretty obvious. I would say just like just look at the numbers. I feel like you could pretty easily figure out who they was.
I feel like number 2 is still like hard because though I know who B is, and I have a sneaky suspicion of A. We're going off of stats and just going off of that. It's like that makes it even worse for me because it's like I'm gonna choose A all day, every day based on the stats. But knowing who B is, it's almost like damn.
What's also
that's the other thing,
hilarious
too,
is
like oh go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say the other thing is too. It's like even though we see like the steals and blocks per game like stats, like I feel like most people won't like use that like when they're actually like gauging a player, you know, because it's like how many players have like won the like steals champion like throughout the season, and it's like they're really bad defenders, or it's like they often gamble on defense, or same thing like with block champions. Like, I mean, Steph, you remember the one stream you literally ripped on Hassan Whiteside. He's a blocks champion. He like because he's lazy. You know what I mean? It's like him being a blocks champion doesn't say anything about him on defense. So I think like that's also part of it. But it's like based on the stats, I would go with player A. Now I think the defensive side it's a little bit more like there's a little bit deeper context required.
All right, so I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna answer this question and just take a walk with me real quick. Player A and player B played two different positions on the floor. I think we could clearly see that just based off of just look at the stats, right?
I wouldn't say that's clear, but you're right.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that, and I also know who the players are. But again, for player B is more likely a big man. Player A is more likely a guard. So now, what matters more to you? Does the almost 6 assists per game for a big man matter more, or the almost 9 rebounds per game? I'm gonna say with the scoring output, pretty close, and the efficiency, the overall efficiency going to player A because like 49% and 55 is not too much of a difference. But then the 3-point, and I know that they're taking more 3-pointers, way more 3-pointers, and the free throw percentage also. So you can get a slight efficiency edge to player A. But for player B, give me player B because I feel like though that almost 6 assists per game matters more in context of I know that this is a big man. And again, if I don't know these players, I might be picking otherwise. But give me player B.
Hey, can I add one? Can I add one thing real quick, and then you can go, Jay? Is like when you're talking about the combination, like on the offensive end too, like
combination.
Combination. When I was just like trying to add it in like in my head.
That's a TikTok.
With no, like for assuming every assist is like 2 points, like for player A, so that's like 4.6 more points he's generating on the assists, and then on top of 1.3 more points per game. Now we know there's going to be 3-pointers in there too, so that's probably like roughly 6 more points per game contribute on offense, as opposed to obviously 3 more rebounds a game, and then the rest from there. So it's from that perspective, I think that also plays a part.
See, I like how you framed it, Mo, as well as Garrett. I like how you guys
well, fuck me then.
Players. You too, Steph. But I don't know. I'm thinking I got to go with player B, to be honest. I know, Gary, you said that player A may generate more points, but thinking about considering player B is a big, averaging damn near 6 assists, 12 rebounds for real. I mean, that's the rebound generates second chance points, more opportunities for your team. The steals, block stats not there. I like the efficiency in the within the field goal range. Yeah, I'm going player B, bro.
Damn. Look, hey,
so did we all answer?
Yeah, everybody, and then I believe Trill was the only one that went player A.
No, I went player A too.
No, Garrett did too.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I'm keeping track of these. Just so you know. And then, yeah, of course. But no, Mo, I really love your point that you brought up because I'm not gonna lie. Like
you almost made me switch.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I loved your point you brought up because we all knew the first one was AD and Jokic, and I think we've all decided here and figured out this one is Luka and Giannis. Exactly right. But the thing is, for the first set of players, I wanted to do like 2 front court players, and then the third set's going to be the same positional players. But this one, I wanted to take 2 different players. So I like what your point of like. You kind of got to pick and choose. Like, is what's more important to you, a guard or a big? So that's absolutely a great point with that.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
That's aside. I'm taking Giannis though, but
no, for sure.
Nah, real shit. What's up?
Steph, go ahead. Go to number 3 because I think I know who.
I know who player B is. I figured out player B. I cannot figure out who player A is.
Hold on. Player B doesn't have a free throw percentage. So you can look that up and put that.
Do you want me to add it? Because I know who it is.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'll add it or whatever.
You add it.
My fault. I missed that. See, how did I miss that? Y'all?
It must have been. If you can't figure out who it is, it must have been someone who like didn't qualify or something.
Nah.
I got you. I'm already on the page for it.
Player. I thought
you heard me, John.
87. You got it.
Wait. Oh, okay.
You said 87.
I could have sworn. Yeah, 87.
No, that's too low. I don't know who it is. I thought he shot in the 90s.
I could have sworn.
Nah, I think I still know who player B is, but damn, I thought you was trying to be cheeky.
That's a screenshot. So
comparison.
In there.
All right. Well, no, we're good. I'll just put 87 like next to it right here.
Perfect.
John, I thought you were trying to be cheeky with this one, but I'm stumped. I ain't gonna lie, I'm stumped.
Yeah,
he's 87.2.
0.2. Good looking gang.
Yeah,
all right. Well, hold on. So Mo stump, Garrett, Jay, Trill, what's the deal? How y'all feeling about this?
I feel like I know who one of the players is, but I really don't know like for sure. So I'm like, you can go ahead first, Jay, and I'll think about it.
To be honest, I have no clue who either player is.
But I mean, tell me. I guess just like
I got you, brother.
Yeah,
I feel like
I was looking at it. I was trying to analyze like which one I think is
so better looking at it off rip, points per game negligible. I'd even say assists per game are negligible. Like that 0.6 it's not really make or breaking me too much. That rebounds per game is where it kind of gets it changes for me because this tells me they're both backcourt players more than likely. And if one of them is a forward, I would be inclined to say A. I don't think so because, like I said, I know who player B is. Now, the steals per game still I think is negligible. Blocks per game, I'm not even going to talk about that. Their efficiency is damn near the same. Player B is shooting much better from the free throw line. Actually, now that I'm looking at player A, I know who the hell it is because I just did a video on him.
Yeah.
I just looked at the splits and I know exactly who it is.
Who the fuck is shooting?
I know exactly who it is. Okay. Damn. Well, based on the stats, I'm going A because that rebound per game, so that it's almost 2 rebounds more. I'm going there. And to be frank, player A's efficiency is about to get much better in the next 3-4 years.
So,
well,
I was just gonna say, at least I agree with you on the point that the points per game is kind of like you can kind of cancel that out. And I feel like the rebounding edge and the assist edge, it's kind of like double in favor of player A. But obviously, one could argue assists matter more. And I feel like on the defensive end, just off looking at this, like the person's going to assume like player A is a better defender. Now they're shooting worse from the field, but better from 3. And I feel like your overall efficiency, like your points per shot and what you're like producing might be around the same if you're thinking about it, because it's like if you're shooting 4% better from 3, they're worth one more shot or one more point, and player B is getting most of theirs from 2s. Then it's going to be more of the same. Now, free throw percentage is a little bit different, but like, am I going to take the guy with a higher free throw percentage or the guy that has, better defensive stats and maybe a slight edge in the rebounds and assist department? So because of that, I'm probably going to go with player A as well.
Yeah. Well, player A does not have the edge in the assist department. That goes to player B. So
I meant rebounds.
Well, no, he's saying like in its totality, he has it. But now that you say that, Garrett, as well, and before I don't mean to cut any of you off, but now that I'm seeing the field goal percentages the way that they are, this tells me player B. This tells me player B doesn't really shoot very many, because if you're shooting 32% and you're shooting, let's say 6, that's not very good. But if you're shooting 32% and you're shooting 3 and you're hitting 1 for 3, you're averaging about 3, that's not too bad. I could live with that.
Either that or he's the best finisher in the league.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm going player A. I have to. Because,
with me, I'm going to look at the field goal percentage. And I'm going to look at the free throws, and I'm going to say, okay, they scoring about the same amount.
But one of them attacks, the other shoots. That's what that tells me.
But player B can get me those points just a little bit more efficiently also when it comes to the line, and that matters. That's a substantial difference. That 12%, that matters when it comes to the free throw line. All the other
does it though? Because say I get to
87, that's not a big difference.
Yeah, but say I get to the line 4 times to play.
I don't know who these players are.
No, I get you, but I'm just throwing it out there, like, because you're saying like you're looking at the free throw percentage, and I'm saying, well, we don't know how many they're attempting. If player B only shoots 2 a game, whereas player A shoots 7, then it's kind of like
that also goes to my point though, because in my mind, I think these numbers are familiar enough to me where I could give an educated guess to who B is, and the only reason I was hesitant is because I thought the free throw percentage was too low, but they might have shot that. Player B, if it's what I think it is shooting a lot of free throws, so that 12% is gonna matter. So give me player B. Also, I'm biased, and it's gonna be revealed when John revealed the answers. And I
Yeah,
can't
you're
root against
biased as
game.
fuck. You fuck. He only. Okay, never mind. That nigga
So,
he shoots. Okay, never mind. You got it.
Man.
so I'm gonna have to go
Yeah,
play
it
B.
is now because you just said that.
I'm
Wait,
gonna have to
you
go
gonna play
play
B?
B. To be honest, I like the high field goal percentage, the free throw percentage as well.
I think I know
When he
who
gets
A
to the
is.
line, he's making them holes 87% of the time, and he averaged more assists.
Ew, this is
I
nasty.
think I had to go play a B.
What happened,
Hey
Trill?
John,
I'm
can
Because
scared
I
to
ask you a
just-
play,
question?
I
but I think
just-
I know who he is.
Hold
What's up?
John,
Because
What's up, Mo?
does player A wear orange on their jersey at all?
fuck
Orange.
no.
No,
Ew.
never mind,
I don't
never mind,
think.
never mind.
No.
It's
Y'all ready
hell
for the
no.
reveal?
I know
Yeah,
the
I think
reveal.
I know
Player
who
A
it
is.
It's 2-2 split. Go ahead, Trill. If you want to say, go ahead, brother.
I just want to say it because I'm looking at these free throw attempts and
Go
it's
ahead.
like weird. But the first one is Anthony Edwards and the
There-
second one is DeMar.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew it was DeMar.
I still would
There
go
we
A
go.
though. Even
I'm
as
still
much as I
going
love
A,
DeMar,
but like
I still would go A.
here's the thing that I'm not understanding, and this might be a Garrett
Damn, that
Mo
was Anthony
question
Edwards
because
splits.
yeah, that's why I was like, oh, I know who this is because I just made the video. And I remember looking at his splits and I was like, they could be better. But then I thought about it and was like, well, he didn't have Cat. And then he has Gobert. So he's forced to do a lot of shit. So then it makes sense. But the thing that I was going to ask, Ant-Man shoots about 5 free throws a game and he only misses 1. He's making 4, shooting about 5. DeMar is shooting 7 and making 6. He's only missing 1. So like, the discrepancy in their free throw percentage, like I understand, I don't know, it's confusing me why it's
the defensive side,
the per game
definitely
get a little iffy when you're just trying to look at it per game, because when you're watching DeMar getting to the free throw more than Ant-Man, and that's like that's a good chunk of his points is, you know what I'm saying, charity
free
strike
throw
points.
line. You're right.
So,
Okay.
I do think the defensive side of things, like usually the numbers might be misleading for the steals and blocks, but like I think in this case, like it told the story accurately. You know,
I'm surprised that Ant-Man rebounds more than like I was expecting Ant-Man to have more assists and DeMar to have more rebounds. Honestly,
you know what gave it away that player B was DeMar. It was number one, the 24.5. Because what I thought John was doing was I thought this was Zach LaVine and DeMar at first, but the field goal percentage and the 3-point percentage was I think a little bit too low, and the free throw percentage because Zach LaVine not that bad of a free throw shooter. That's not even bad. But the 50% on the dot
is bad.
The 50, huh? Wait,
87 is bad.
Shut up.
When you're a mid-range assassin like DeMar DeRozan, 87 is not as good as it should be in my opinion.
From the free throw, it's not.
Yeah, that's your bread and butter shot. If you're not a 90% free throw shooter there, that's crazy to me.
I thought he was a 90% free throw shooter, which is why that was throwing me off. But that 50% on the dot, because that motherfucker was shooting like 51% on his mid range.
Let me not say bad. It's not bad.
That's where most of his shots was coming from. It was the mid range. It was something about that 50%. It was like, yeah, this is DeMar, and he wasn't playing no defense on them stats. According to them stats, yeah, it was him.
Hey man, I like that.
I know my players.
With this one, we did have a split. So we went it looked like Garrett and Trill both went player A, and then Mo and Jay went player B, just so we could figure out this split. I personally, from this stats, and by the way, this is all from this last season, I'd personally go player B only because I'm going to take into account how many times Brez getting to the line. And like how Mo said, like the amount of times he gets to the line, that ends up accumulating for like damn near half of his points because he's so good at that, at getting to the line. But
you got to account for that superstar whistle because he got that. Even though
I do have to. Are we done with the screen share?
Yeah, we
okay.
do.
I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
No, for sure. I did want to say. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Garrett.
I was just gonna say. I feel like with the with this, like with the DeMar and like Ant, like those stats, I would like if I just saw that, I would think that player A got to the line more. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he does. I don't know if like anyone knows like the free throw attempts like offhand, but like that's like I don't know. That's what I would assume.
Brother, I just gave you the free throw attempts.
Niggas not listening.
Wait, what were they?
DeMar is about 7. You're muted, Mo. DeMar is about 7, and Anthony Edwards is about 5. They're both missing. DeMar is missing.
Yeah.
It says DeMar is making 6.2 out of 7, and Anthony Edwards is making 4.1 out of 5.2 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, I'm glad, very glad we do not use a person getting to the free throw line as something that's bad for them. Because
why would it?
But actually, as a matter of fact, I want to
have
talk
you been
about
on NBA Twitter game?
Man, I want to talk about that with y'all actually, real quick. I guess this isn't necessarily like on the doc, but the other day I was talking to a couple of my homies, and they were just kind of more bashing on Harden because of the whole foul baiting thing that he did. And I understand, like from like a pure basketball side of thing, like just a hooper, like I understand. But then again, like the NBA is a game, bro. So you got to find loopholes within the game to win. And I think me personally, like as much as it may have like hurt basketball, like foul baiting, grab, like putting your arm through his arm, like when you're driving in and doing all that, like that's annoying, but it's a loophole and it helped bro win an MVP. You know what I'm saying? So how do y'all feel about that real quick?
I mean, I would say
part of being a bucket to me. Man. Like as a okay, I've never been the craziest scorer, but in terms of scoring, I've always known that you need to know the little tricks. Like when I drive past somebody, I grab their wrist and I pull them. You're gonna give me that extra to get to the rim, or I'm gonna grab your shorts and get by you. Like it's little things like that. Those are part of the things that make you a bucket. People don't see it, but I'm sure Kyrie, every time he drives or something, he's grabbing somebody's wrist, hand, whatever, and moving it out the way. Like that's part of being an offensive superstar. And in an NBA where I understand that it helps the offense, if your hand is on me, I'm going to take advantage of that and figure out a way to get to the line to make my points as easy as they can be so that when it does come to the fourth quarter and I need that big three, I'm going to knock it down because I'm not tired, because I'm not going at you all game. I'm using your aggressiveness against you to do what I need to do. The reverse works for that. If you're the defense, get your hands off me. Simple as that.
I mean,
I don't know if
easier said than done, of course.
I don't know if you guys have read the Kobe book, like the Mamba Mentality, How I Play and stuff like that. And he said it in it like before even that book came out. But like one of the things that made Kobe great, especially when it came to like free throws, is like he would literally study like where the refs stand on the court, like every part of the game. Yep, there it is. I have it at my
he got it. He got it right next. He got it on the desk.
He talks about that a lot in there. So it's like I don't, and it's like no one really says like, oh yeah, Kobe was a foul baiter or like MJ was a foul baiter, and like a lot of these guys that were just some of the greatest scorers ever that people label it. But when it comes to James Harden, just because it feels like the percentage of his points come more so in that way, and maybe it's like more exaggerated. It's like you can't really hate on that because like it's a way to score. It's part of the game. As much as it might not be great for you guys to watch or like some people to watch, me personally, I don't really even mind it. I just hate when it's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I hate when it's like just straight up like flopping wrong, and it's like it's not even like part of it, which he's done before. I get that, but like the most part, I think it's pretty fair game, and I mean, it's not like he's the only player that does it either.
Yeah, I mean, aesthetically, it's definitely hard to watch, but I wouldn't say it's a bad thing or anything you should take away from James Harden's career. I mean, like you guys said, the NBA, it's a game. You have to find a way to get easy buckets. You have to find loopholes, and he's the one studying the rules. The rule changes every year, and he's exploiting them. Like, don't get mad at him for it. He's doing whatever he can to get as many put as many points on the board for his team and trying to get a win.
Bro, I feel like I got a unique perspective on this because I was like Harden's number one hater when he was doing that little weak ass shit, the shot chucking, the foul baiting, and all that. Not because, obviously, the objective of the game is to score more points than another team. If the foul baiting shit gonna give you an advantage, why would you not do it? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not a smart thing to do on the offensive side of the ball. It's a smart thing for more than one ways because you got the opportunity to score points, and that's adding fouls onto the other team. You know what I'm saying? They only got a certain amount of fouls. They can't foul out. But one of the things that I think a lot of viewers get into is The NBA is a spectator sport, and shit like that, like foul baiting, is not really good for the spectator. So the spectator gonna get mad because the athlete is doing something that's like not spectator friendly. You know what I'm saying? They get into the foul line, they're using a little loopholes, little tricks, and all of that. But it's simply the smart thing to do. That's probably where most people have the criticism, just because what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Embiid, he on the floor and shit, or well, no, that's a little different. I got beef with Embiid for that, but a more recent example. Damn, this motherfucker Shea just getting to the line. That's all he doing is getting to the line. Well, if they gonna keep calling this whistle and y'all motherfuckers gonna keep fouling me, hell yeah, I'm gonna get to that line because I shoot the free throw very well. That's free points. It's a free throw. That's free points. You can't get mad at me for exploiting the rules.
It's crazy. What's even crazier about it is on the reverse end. Like, of course, there were people that hated Hack a Shaq, but they're the same people that say, "Well, if you can't make a free throw, I'm gonna put you to the line." It works the same exact way. Well, if I can make a free throw, I'm gonna force you to take me to the line. And then, what's good, Mr. 81? That's my guy, bro. That's my guy. But another thing that goes to it too, and this kind of annoys me, I guess, the most about it, it's the factor of like, bro, if I'm a scorer, I'm paying attention to when your team is in the bonus, because as soon as y'all get in the bonus, I'm driving to the cup every single play. That's what LeBron does. LeBron and AD do that. When people were complaining about the Lakers and how we had so many free throws, and I'm not trying to make it about the Lakers. Don't do that, Mo and Jay. But when people were complaining about that, it wasn't because they were foul baiting or anything. It was, we're in the bonus, so now we have two of the best interior players, the best driver of all time. We have another guy who's very efficient in the low post in the paint that you pretty much have to foul because it's hard to contest his shot. Now we about to pound the paint and force you to foul us even more and get to the line. It's basketball. You got to deal with it. And speaking to the spectator part, just real quick, I hate how spectators watch the game, because a lot of them hate the things that make basketball beautiful. That makes me so mad, bro.
What did KD say, bro?
Y'all hate basketball. Y'all don't even like it for real. And that's a fact, bro. Like, there's so many nuances to the game that are beautiful, but the common watcher hates it because it's not fun to watch.
Can I just say, I just want to add something. I do agree with that. A lot of people don't like watching basketball for real. And it's unfortunate because basketball is a beautiful sport, and people just like they overanalyze it sometimes. That makes it not fun to watch anymore. It's ridiculous. But just for anybody that is critical of James Harden, one thing that you could say is that when it comes to the playoffs, trying to exploit that foul rule has come back and bite him in the ass to where he's just not productive anymore. And I think that if you're gonna be critical of James Harden, you could say that is somewhere you could pinpoint on his career where it really let him down.
Hell yeah. Nah, I'm right there with you, dog. I mean, hell yeah to both, to what Mr. 81 said and to what Jay said. Mr. 81 for sure. We all know hoop is the best sport around the world. And then Jay, what you said, yeah, I feel it, man. I mean, I think Harden tries to rely on that whole foul baiting, and then the whistle blows different in the playoffs, man. So I feel like he's just used to it throughout the whole 82 game season. And then, like I always said, that shit just works out different in the playoffs. But that's on him to figure out. But that was out of topic. That was out of nowhere. But that's what we do over here at KOT, man. You can just get random little spiels like that. But let's go ahead and get into the next topic that we got here, man. Very simple. Everyone's played this, overrated or underrated. I have a list of about 15 players right here, and we could go ahead and go through on whether they're overrated or underrated. By all means, if you feel like you need to talk on, if I say a player name and you like underrated, go ahead and talk your shit as to why they are underrated or overrated. But let's go ahead and jump into it. First player that we got on here, he started off very high, but then I don't know if he hit a rookie wall. I don't know if he just got lazy, but my boy Scotty Barnes, overrated or underrated?
I think he's about right where he should be.
Okay.
I think he's about, I
would say prior to last season, definitely overrated. Because everyone was talking about this dude like the next coming of like Christ, I don't know. Like it was like literally insane. I mean, like I was just trying to think of something crazy, but like, bro, he's
not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
He's
not wrong.
He's not.
Bro,
That
you know
rookie of the year really
made me
gassed.
mad?
That rookie of the year really gassed him up. I'm not gassed him up, but gassed up his stock.
Yeah.
You know what really made me mad though, and you probably know this too, Mo, because at least for me as a Bulls fan, bro, these Scotty Barnes fan pages on Twitter are some of the most annoying people on the app. I'm tired of seeing them, bro. I'm tired of seeing the Scotty Barnes stands. Like they always talk the most. And luckily, you know,
Patrick Williams better. So,
bro, they got eliminated by a little girl screaming.
Damn.
MVP.
Come on,
that's
gang.
crazy.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Franchise being
That's a TikTok right there.
We need her.
Yeah, he's not wrong, bro. That's crazy. But nah, in terms of Scotty though, like I like him as a player. I think he has a little herky jerkiness to his game. It's kind of weird. Like
a little herky jerkiness to himself.
I ain't gonna go there because the allegations people say about him and his I ain't gonna go there. But I think right now he's about where he should be. But like Garrett said, yeah, he was overrated going into the year.
Yeah, I think the Scotty Barnes hype died down a lot this season. Obviously, he didn't take that second year jump that a lot of people expected him to. But as of right now, I think he's just a bit underrated, and I'm reluctant to say that because him and Quentin Grimes do have beef, but underrated.
Hot take: that second year jump doesn't really exist.
That's not a hot take at all, brother. It hasn't existed.
You're not wrong.
But all right, let's keep pushing. Next player, Trill. This one might hurt us, but I don't know. Austin Reeves.
Oh,
I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Yeah,
after Team USA got eliminated, the way they was talking about Austin Reeves, bro, overrated. I respect Austin Reeves, AR-15. You're nice, but y'all are putting him on this crazy high pedestal that really he should not be. Although
who is he compared to that makes him overrated?
I don't want to say like I can't give you an accurate comparison right now, but the way y'all were hyping him up in Team USA when he was playing his good games, but everybody overlooked the fact that he was getting pinpointed on defense in big moments of that Team USA run, and everybody just glosses over it like that. I'm not saying that like he's compared to like a superstar or anything, but like a lot of the media don't focus on his weaknesses as much as they build up his strength. Is what I'm saying. That's what I see a lot.
I think there's like two ways to look at this. I think from the majority of like Laker fans, I would say from like what I've seen, I would say then he's overrated. I don't really think either of you guys honestly like overrate Austin Reeves though. If anything, you know, John just like elevates LeBron. Like, so, like that's really what it is. But I think like from the Lakers perspective, that's the case. Now from like the average fan, like, because I mean, there's a lot of people that were watching like, you know, Team USA and stuff like that, like you said, Jay. But also like there's people that act like, oh, he just had like a fluke playoff run, like he's not going to be that good. Like realistically, he's still going to be a good player on their team. I don't know if he can be like a third star. I don't expect him to average like 20 points a game next year, but can he average still like 14 or 15 and maybe be like the third option on a quality team, maybe like one of the top 4 or 5 teams in the West or something like that? I think he could. Yeah. So like I think but people act like he can't even do that. Like there's some people outside the Lakers fan base that act like he can't do that, and it was just like a one-hit wonder. So for that, I would say he's underrated. So overall, probably properly rated. But it's like it's very one side or another. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with overrated. And he's overrated because he is the most recent benefit of white privilege.
What?
Where the fuck are we going with this?
Check it out.
You know them niggas gonna click.
You gotta land. I'm gonna let you land because you need to land.
Because you want to know what it is about Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is a great player. He's a really good player. A player that I would like to have on my team. But a lot of his aura.
We'll trade you for Caruso.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Give me Ayo also. Ayo also. Throw him in there.
Pick as well.
Take Ayo.
What the fuck? No, okay. We're done. No more talks. Keep
Hold
Caruso.
on.
Keep Caruso.
You think you finna get
Keep
Caruso and not give us a pick?
I'm a Lakers fan. We shark people over here. We're not getting sharked.
Oh, well, you're not sharking.
It's fine. It's fine. Keep them. Keep the old
nigga
head.
Trying to fleece. You're not fleecing.
It's all good.
It's
Somebody
fine.
gonna come in for agency.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna say we fleece when we need to.
I was gonna say y'all be fleecing
Crazy.
motherfuckers. It don't make sense. But nah, a lot of Oscar Reeves aura coming, you know what I'm saying, to him is the fact that he the lovable white boy on the team and he playing well. That's what most of his aura.
That's so wag, bro.
So
That's a cop out.
Overrated based on the fact that he's the beneficiary of white privilege.
That's a cop out. That's a anyway.
It's a cop out, but if
Trill,
you know what
what's
this
your
flag
answer?
mean, it's appropriate.
Bro, you're putting. I was gonna say, Mo, you're putting me in a rough spot right now, bro.
He a little overrated. I was just fucking with time with that one, but he a little.
I'm gonna be honest.
A little bit though.
Garrett hit the nail on the head with it. I think Laker fans tend to overrate him a lot, but I feel like when you go outside of Laker Nation, he gets underrated because of the prop from Laker fans that people get. I'm firm that he's better than Jordan Poole, but hey, I'm just simple with that.
I
but
know
with,
that's where the slightly come in at because
man, better than Jordan Poole. I know that.
Hey, but one thing that is true. So like 100% exactly. I want to repeat what Garrett and Trill said, but one thing that I feel like he don't really get maybe as much credit. Like he was so important in that playoff run. Granted, we got swept in the Western Conference Finals, but he was so important. Like take him off that team, they don't make it there.
No, that's a take.
Take him off that team. Oh, that's a take.
Oh,
Jay.
Remember when I said
Mr. 81's a Lakers fan, so that
ain't no way.
But see, he says I'm biased. He's underrated. He even has that in the comments. But man, all right. Well, sorry. So we got some different answers across the board for Austin Reeves. If you in the chat, let us know.
Wait, so what was your answer then, John?
I'm gonna go underrated. To be honest, I'm gonna go underrated. I mean, I feel like
okay.
I mean, not even just because I'm a Lakers fan. I'm just like, I guess, good.
I went properly rated. Just
properly.
To be
okay,
fair.
I'll go properly.
If you weren't
rated.
keyholder today, I would probably go deeper in the grilling you. But
no. I'll go properly underrated. And we could talk about it. We could absolutely talk about it. But the only
no, let's not. Let's move on.
Nah, we'll move on.
But
John, you know they don't like to sit on Laker talk, bro. You know they don't.
Look, the only thing I'm saying is yes, I probably agree. He's properly rated, but I just think he was just extremely important in that run. And I think some people think that like you take him off that team and replace him with a Jordan Poole, they still could have gotten there. But no, absolutely not. You take him off that team, they do not make it there.
I
agree with that.
Come on, Mo. All right, let's go ahead and keep pushing. Let's get to the third player, Mo and Trill's favorite player, Trae Young.
Man, hey,
I know what it is, bro.
Here the fuck we go again, bro. He's underrated. Hey, at this point, he's underrated because y'all niggas got him at 8. He's underrated. Trae Young is an underrated player because if y'all have him as a number 8 best point guard in the league, bro, and he's not at the very least top 6, top 5, he's underrated. It's simple. There's nothing else to say, bro. I'm not sitting on this, bro.
I'll say this, and this might be shocking, but I agree. I think he's underrated. Now, hold on a second. Here's why I agree. I think from the basketball sense, obviously, like when I was like ranking him, especially like over the past week and stuff, when we've talked about him and like, you know, Halliburton, Ja, all those guys, like that was more so like from an efficiency standpoint, a defense standpoint. And from that, like it is warranted. Why he's underrated though is why do people make it seem like he's like a villain in the NBA and they make it seem like he's always killing his coaches? Yeah, he's okay. There's been 2 coaches that have come in and out of his organization, but bro, there's been tons of other teams. Like, bro, how many coaches the Celtics had in the last couple of years and they haven't even won a championship? No one's calling Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown coach killers or anything like that.
Slightly different circumstances.
But, I mean, stories came out about Trey having problems with his head coach.
I mean, but they went from a finals run to the conference finals, and now we don't really know what to expect from them. They just traded away their leader, their heart and soul, Marcus Smart. So, like, and it's not even just them. I'm not trying to make this against the Celtics, but, like, I think from the sense of, like, the media, like, there is some stigma, like, and it happens with some players. And I think that's the case maybe now a little bit with Trae Young. And so for that, I would say he's underrated. Now, I feel like for me, like, I still do value those other point guards maybe a little bit more currently. But I think in that sense, like, basically making it seem like he's a bad teammate or something. Like, I've never heard his teammates say that. You know, like, have you ever heard like one of his teammates say like, yeah, he was a bad leader? No. And even the ones that like have left. So from that perspective, I would say, yeah, he's underrated.
Trae Young got to be overrated. Let's be honest, especially between
the New York niggas saying. We got a New York niggas saying.
By the way,
Trae Young is incredibly overrated for the reasons that a lot of people, like my two co-hosts on this panel, they think way too highly of Trae Young because of his conference finals appearance. They don't believe that he is an absolute defensive liability. Like he's literally
who don't believe that.
We know he's a defensive liability, but why are we arguing it? Because what point guard in the
just pissed me off, bro. Because why you just laugh, bro? Why you just
I don't
laugh?
think anyone like overrated.
You just laugh,
defense, so.
Like, you just laugh, bro. You just laugh.
The worst.
All right, but I don't think you guys are factoring as much as it should be considered. And not only that, he's turnover prone, he's inefficient, and you guys are considering him a top 5 point guard, top 6 point guard in the league right now. He's overrated.
I'm not doing this again with you, Jay. I'm a answer, and then I'm gonna move on because you baited me and it's working, and I don't fucking like it. Trae Young is underrated, man.
Your own point guard, they have about the same defensive prowess.
Wait, we not talking about Brunson right now. We're talking about Trae, the trash bag Young. Come on, bro.
But you said Brunson's comfortably better, and what I'm saying is their defenses are like. I see
now. No. Wait a minute. I did not say that. Even on my point guard list that we did, Brunson was under Trae Young. I ain't do all that. No.
Okay.
I feel like if I was like one of the media members that like critique Trae for like, oh yeah, ran Lloyd Pierce out, ran Nate McMillan out, whatever. Like, and that he's a bad leader. Then I would probably be the guy that's like, yeah, he's not a top 10 point guard in the league. So like, I feel like. I don't know. Like maybe I even still put him a little too low on my point guard list because I could very well like I don't want to go back into that. But the point is like
I don't want to revisit this.
It's just like I don't know. Like we're gonna see this year. I feel like the media hates him more than they should when it's not like he's doing something like what James Harden's doing right now. You know what I mean? Like James Harden, it's like he's almost asking for hate in a way with what he's doing with Philadelphia. It's like Trae Young, like he's still doing his thing. He's never requested a trade. He's never had a problem with a teammate. You could say he's a coach killer, but it's like there's no proof of that.
I still wouldn't even say that because the basis of
damn,
I'm not going there. The basis of the Nate McMillan thing though, like that started because, and I vividly remember this, Trae Young was coming off of an injury. He was gonna do treatment instead of shoot around, and Nate McMillan said either you don't start or don't play or something like that. And Trae Young's like, bro, fuck that. I'm just not gonna play because if I need treatment, why am I gonna shoot around if I'm hurt? Like that doesn't make sense. So to me, from a player's perspective, that's not a coach killer. This coach is trying to pull a power move, and for what? What's the point?
They also were set up because. Making the conference finals that year, I think most of us can agree, maybe not delusional Hawks fans, but most of us can agree like it wasn't going to happen again. Like we all came in the next year, we're like the Hawks could definitely be a playoff team, 100%, but they're probably going to be a first round exit. And ever since then, they've kind of just been a first round exit. So for me, it's like they haven't really like failed to meet expectations from what I thought. Honestly, I didn't even think they'd make the playoffs this past year. Like I thought the Bulls and Raptors would get in through the play-in. So I give them credit for there, but still, I mean, like I think like people expected the Hawks to make this big jump. It's like they're not quite built for that, and a lot of that's going to obviously go on the best player.
It sucks because
reasoning real quick.
Go ahead.
So I feel like a lot of the Trae Young hate that he come from, you know what I'm saying, underperforming in the playoffs, which he has, and that's not like something that I'm gonna excuse. But if we're gonna do that, we got to keep a spade a spade. Underperforming in the playoffs is one thing. Not fucking making it is an entirely separate thing. You got to get there to underperform. So I'm getting back into the point guard talk, but anyway, a lot of his hate come from underperforming in the playoffs. I say his fucking team's not built to, you know what I'm saying, actually be decent in the playoffs. So if all that burden gonna fall on him and he can't meet expectations with the heavy burden set on him, we'll lighten the fucking load a little bit. Get him some goddamn help, bro. But
to that point,
underrated.
To that point though, that Eastern Conference Finals really hurt them because, I mean, aside from the fact that they overachieved, the front office didn't look to improve from that point. They're like, oh, we just got an Eastern Conference Finals team. What do we have to improve on? They re-upped on John Collins. They re-upped on, I think they signed Clint Capella a little bit more. And excuse me, if I'm not mistaken, there was someone else they signed. But like from that point forward, you just built a stagnant team that wasn't getting any better at any point at all. And if, like Garrett said, if we go look at that run, they got to that it was one of those, oh, this is a Cinderella run. It was never a run that we're like, oh, we expected them to be here. So
they weren't even favored to get out the first round.
I think if Trae Young never makes the conference finals, he would be rated a lot higher by people. But because he made it and then never made it back and underachieved after that, then people look at it like, oh, he's not doing what he should be as the star because we saw him get to this point a few years back. When really it's, no, this team became stagnant because they succeeded when they weren't supposed to succeed. And now this team has a bunch of guys around Trae that just don't work.
Very good point, Joe. I mean, I guess that's a really good reason as to why he is overrated, because people expected him to once again make another Eastern Conference Finals appearance. But I just want to pinpoint something that Garrett has said. There's multiple reports that came out throughout his time with the Atlanta Hawks of John Collins and Trae Young getting into it, whether John Collins wasn't okay with the amount of time Trae Young was handling the ball and he wanted more touches. I think we can all agree that we've heard reports come out.
You want more touches after you just hurt yourself and you can't shoot no more? Why am I about to give you touches and you're after he hurt his hand or wrist or whatever it was, John Collins was not serviceable on the offensive end. So do not come to me asking for the ball when you can't shoot, you're not catching the lobs you used to catch, and you're not being that same productive dude you were that Eastern Conference Finals run.
No, that's a fair point. I mean, John Collins shooting was a big reason why they made it there.
I was just gonna say too, it's like, while that might be reported, it's like, one, have we heard anything come directly from him? For one, not like reports or rumors, because bro, there were reports and rumors. Mo knows this too. We know this as Bulls fans. How many rumors did we see that Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler hated each other? Did they hate each other?
Couldn't get along.
They never did. They wanted to drag him out, and that's why like these POSs like Nick Friedel and those dudes. That's why we don't mess with them. But I'm gonna just say, like, with that case, with like John Collins, is like, one, we've never heard him say anything like that. Two, he's out of there now. So it's like,
I mean, you're not going to do that about. You're not going to do that. You're not going to talk bad about a former teammate, especially considering you're still in the league. I mean, that's
just
talk
bad about a former teammate. I've seen people talk bad about former teammates. Glenn Davis ripped the whole Clippers once. Like
I wouldn't say that's the optimal. I wouldn't say that's a preferred way to move about, your business. But
I understand what you're saying. I understand what
too.
No, I understand what Jay's saying.
But Kmart's a different animal. That dude.
I know. He also didn't allow any rookie hazing.
Like,
yeah.
No, I feel that. I definitely feel what you guys are saying. So this next player is going to be interesting because we go with Jay's most hated player, and then now we flip it to the other side. I don't know if this is your favorite player, Jay, but I know he's a New York Knick. RJ Barrett, overrated or underrated?
Underrated, man.
Overrated, bro. That nigga sucks.
I got you. I think he's properly rated because he fucking sucks, and everybody realizes that he fucking sucks.
Oh, okay.
Mo, I ain't gonna lie, Mo. Yo, Mo, get us That's simply not true though.
Yeah.
All right, RJ Barrett this playoffs, I would say he played the most effective, maybe not efficient if you look at the stats, but effective basketball I've ever seen him play, bro. He at this point on, he has shown that he's willing to initiate contact and play through contact. He has shown that he's very good or becoming better at navigating in the lanes on offense. Obviously, he's not the best defensive player out there, but he's taking steps in the right direction. He's improved his 2-point percentage every single year.
Hey, how many years RJ Barrett been in the league and he's taking steps in the right
about
direction?
About four. But guess what? He doesn't have the ball in his hand all the time like a John Morant or Zion Williamson.
You want me to give you a real take about RJ?
He's a second option. He's been that since he got into the league. What's up, Steph?
I don't think he's a second option. Even
my real RJ take.
Trill's like, fuck.
I mean, yeah.
No, y'all good. My real RJ take though, I don't think he actually sucks as a basketball player. I actually like RJ's game. Actually. I think the team he's on is not the team for him.
Yeah.
I think he's in a situation where he has no clue what to do. He's never been a scorer. He's never been a guy that's going to go give you 25 to 30 points per game. He's been an all right playmaker. That's pretty much what he was in college. In college, he was the main on-ball guy. But since he's gotten to New York, he hasn't necessarily been that. And when he was given the opportunity to do that, he was young, and they pretty much replaced him almost immediately with Jalen Brunson. And now he's not on ball as much as he really should be, because I think RJ Barrett's an on-ball, get everybody else their looks kind of guy. And if it's a game where he needs to take over, he can take over, because we've seen him done it in the Knicks uniform. We've seen him go crazy and cook for the Knicks. So I just think it's more so he's on a team where it does not complement what he does best. And as a result, we're seeing a player that basically can't find their place on the team, and it makes him look like he sucks more than he really does, especially being a top lottery pick.
Let me add something real quick. I'll throw that in real quick, and then I'll go.
No, I was just gonna say that Jalen Brunson RJ Barrett compared to, let's say, Zion Williamson or John Morant, he's learning how to play alongside other ball dominant players. I think that's gonna help him in the long term when it comes to his career.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so the thing you brought up too, Steph, and why the team isn't as great for him. Think about their two best players: Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, both lefties. RJ Barrett, lefty. So especially driving left, that's what
he's not able to get it in their shot pocket as well.
And that would be his bread and butter, especially getting downhill. That's probably where he's most effective, because he's not really a great 3-point shooter. I know he's had stretches, but it's like not a consistent 3-point shooter. And driving right, he definitely needs to work on that. Especially like sometimes he just plays out of control, and I feel like he plays to a certain, like, how do I explain it? Like he plays mechanical at times. Like it feels like robotic, and it feels like not like the pure hoopers and stuff like that. And like
the game's not coming to him.
Yeah, like look at Jalen Brunson. It's like he could do an array of moves. It doesn't feel like he's doing like the same thing. It feels like, you know what? Like he'll find his way to like create or craft into his shot. RJ Barrett, it's like, I got the same couple things I'm gonna do. If it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's kind of the other aspect of it. But I do think like defensively, he needs to be better in what he is. And what Mo was saying, it's like, if you're taking steps still, and most players in their fourth year, that's fine. But it's like, this is a top 3 pick. A lot of people thought this guy would be one of the best prospects at that time. And then obviously, Zion was there. But don't forget, there were a lot of people that had him number 2 above Ja most of the way through that college year. And then Ja went up to 2, and then RJ like went down to 3. Like, I feel like it's not getting like enough attention. Yeah, like it just, and especially in New York, that's another thing too. So I don't know. I feel like he just needs to be better than where he is right now. I feel like most people still consider him like on a high level, but like I don't know if I can put him up there with even most of the starting small forwards in the league right now. So I'm gonna say overrated, but it's not like he doesn't have time to fix it.
I just want to say that RJ Barrett came into a Knicks team that when he first got drafted, it was still disorganized and like all over the place. Over the last 2-3 years, the Knicks finally have been able to put together a competent front office that doesn't scare away any talent that decides to come to New York. And like I said, playing alongside 2 other ball dominant players, that's going to help him down the line. And when you also have to realize that playing alongside Julius Randle is a very difficult task to do. His erratic play, and he just clogs so many lanes when he's driving to the paint with no idea what to do. You gotta keep in mind like shit like that, as well as Brunson being a mid-range player. It doesn't make it easy on him getting to the rim at all.
Especially like as a lefty too. That's why I'm saying that, because like
that's honestly a great point.
Especially like to operate downhill on that side of the floor. And RJ Barrett's like, well, he's not going to drive from like the right wing really, or the right corner as much. That's not in his tendencies as much, because he doesn't have that down pat same way as driving left. That's why it feels like sometimes in transition, like maybe he's forcing it left because he's like, I can get there, I got space, even if there's like 2 or 3 defenders back. And like those are the things I think he needs to figure out.
I think he's gotten better at that. Me personally, watching the Cavs series,
he might have got better, but he's still not great.
Well, while we're on the topic of the Knicks, and while we're on the topic of the Knicks, might as well just stay on it. I mean, yeah, the Knicks are overrated, but no, I'm just playing. But
don't do that. Don't do that.
What I want to know is, y'all just talked about Julius Randle.
That nigga sucks. Move on.
Yes, he sucks.
That's why I said overrated.
I'm talking about like overall, like play a regular season.
He's
and
properly rated, and he's butt.
Yeah,
Jay.
Yeah, I think that's
hold on. So when it comes to Julius Randle, and y'all are probably gonna think this is one of my.
The copium is about to be so nasty right now. I feel it. I already feel it.
All right, listen. When it comes to Julius Randle, and y'all are gonna think this is one of my crazy takes, but Julius Randle at the power forward position is one of the most skilled players in the league. At the power forward position, his playmaking skills don't get appreciated all the time. Yes, often he does drive to the basket. No idea what he wants to do. Leaves the ground, ends up being a turnover. It happens a lot. I'm an ex-fan.
That's playmaking.
And clogs every lane.
Stop.
You just said that.
First, next.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna let you in. I'm gonna let you in. No, I'm gonna let you in. Go ahead, Jay.
Bro.
No, hold on. I'm gonna let you in. No. I'm gonna let you in. Go ahead.
His rebounding, he definitely took a step this year. There was a stretch where he was damn near. You took the over on his rebounds every time. He was getting at least 10 rebounds. Absolutely improved in that area. His 3-point shooting. I told somebody that in his MIP year, there were games where he played up against Anthony Davis where LeBron wasn't in the lineup, and they looked like they rival talents. I mean, like Julius Randle has those nights where he's absolutely can be the best player on the floor often, but when it matters, in games that it really matters, it comes down to it. Julius Randle, I need you to go get me a bucket right now. He falls short often of the time, turnover prone, horrible shot selection, and bad anger management issues. Julius Randle is overrated.
Okay,
so that's I just had to say this. And you did call him overrated, so I'm not even gonna kill your take. But how do you say his playmaking's underrated after you just told us that underappreciated? Yeah, my bad. Underappreciated. After you tell us 1, he clogs lanes a lot. 2, and we all know this, he drives, gets in the air, and doesn't know what to do with the ball. Those are 2 very big aspects, in my mind, at least, to playmaking, because of the fact that as a playmaker, you know what lanes are going to be filled and what lanes won't be filled before they're even filled. Like as a PG, they can see those different passing lanes and such. And I know he's not a PG, but like just as a playmaker, you should be able to see those things. And then the same goes with clogging lanes. As a playmaker, you should know what lanes will and won't be open for you to either A, be able to make a pass, drive to, whatever the case is. And my issue with Julius Randle is way too often I see him get in the air and I don't even know if his first decision was to shoot or pass. And that's an issue to me in itself, because there's times where it's like, damn, that would have been a nice dribble pull up. And then when he's in the air, he like drops it. Or when it's like, you should probably kick it, do a jump pass to the corner, he shoots it over somebody. And it's like, bro, what the hell is this dude doing? Like
100%. He hasn't got good at telling the difference whether to pass it off the rip or shoot. It's somewhere in between every time.
It's frustrating.
Julius Randle be on the court with bad vibes, not even just vibes.
Bro,
bad
he's
vibes.
one of the
Bad
most
vibes.
frustrating, and that's what makes him so frustrating because I've also seen games where he can't
Balling.
miss.
Balling.
Bro can't miss. He's hitting every 3-point opportunity. He's doing everything on the defensive end.
He did
He's
that shit
bringing
versus the Heat this season, I think.
Honestly,
Bro,
They-
yeah,
they-
he
they-
did.
League Pass
He did.
legend.
He lit them up this year, and I was like,
them
oh,
up.
maybe a Julius Randle's turning the corner. Nope.
honestly,
I
bro,
Once a
don't
month league pass legend
his-
Julius Randle.
once a month league pass legend. I like that. But look, honestly, with Randall, dog, like
We
thing
should have a
is-
league pass champion this year at the end of the year. That's
Mhm.
like that.
We should.
league pass MVP. Give some love
be
to
a-
the smaller
it'll be a-
markets.
It'll be a
That's
Hornet.
real.
It'll
I'm
be a
choosing
Hornet.
Cade. Nah, it's Cade Cunningham.
Now Pelicans if Zion healthy.
I like that. Cade is way
Pelicans
better
don't got
than
no
Mobley
Pelicans don't got no televised games this
in
year.
that draft.
You know, Ball Garrett.
Probably not.
You know
Yeah.
so much ball.
I know- I
I'm
know
glad you
John's
said that because
fuming I said that.
I'm so tired of people.
What'd you say, Garrett?
I don't
Wait,
think
what did he
John
say?
heard
I didn't
you.
hear him.
I didn't hear
I
you.
said Cade over Mobley,
Kate over Mobley.
and I'm like,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, at this point, probably. But I mean, y'all know my project. I think he's has a
We know.
projection like
Trust me, we know.
5 years down the line. That's it. But hey, that's also
Don't
if he
say
gets
it
the
again,
keys.
please.
If he gets the keys, bro. No, I'm standing on it, Mo. I'm
Mobley
standing
got
on it,
no
Mo.
bag, my brother.
If he gets,
Stand on it.
the
Stand on
I
it.
think-
Stand on it.
I
Just
think-
don't repeat
I
it.
think
Actually, you're
even
still-
Please
when
don't repeat it.
I think even when Donovan Mitchell leaves, because I think he's a Knick. I'm not gonna lie. Even when he leaves, I think the keys go to DG. It's not going to Mobley.
I agree.
Cade's going to
if
Jetty
he
Osman.
gets the keys, I'm standing on it.
He's not even on the team no more, Gary.
Jetty Osman's crazy because he's not even on the team anymore.
Yeah. Trey
Regardless,
Young over
man.
Prime Rest now. You're crazy.
That's crazy.
All right,
all right.
nigga, I
Let's
ain't-
keep
I
it
ain't
pushing.
saying
81,
that.
chill out.
Something like that. Let's keep
You
it
wild.
pushing. All right. Number 6 on the board, we got Pascal Siakam. Is he overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
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 Okay, y'all don't want to.
He's
Just good.
I feel like it's easily underrated because why? I get it, like because he doesn't have like the flashiest array of moves, and it's kind of similar to like a Julius Randle, but it's like when you think about Siakam and like what he's done already, like being a multiple-time All-Star, multiple-time All-NBA, he contributed
Champion.
at a high level to a championship team. Why does no one act like this dude wasn't the second option on a championship team? Because he was.
Because
You know what I mean? I know that was years
Raptors
ago.
right now.
Yeah,
That's
and
why.
that was years ago, but like he's even gotten better. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
had multiple years like that. It's not his fault that the Raptors are like weirdly kind of built right now. That
Simon
it feels
Ujiri
like they're-
gets hard off his 6'8" wings with long arms.
exactly,
His
bro. It's
name.
like there's so many tall dudes that can defend, they can't space the floor. So if you put a team around him, like think about that Raptors team that won the title. Marc Gasol could shoot, Serge Ibaka could shoot, obviously Kawhi can shoot, Lowry can shoot, Danny Green can shoot. How many people do they have on that
Norman
team that can shoot?
Powell.
Norman Powell could shoot. And you think about it, like, guys like, especially then, like OG Anunoby, like he wasn't quite the shooter, even he is like today, but like he was injured. So it's like there were people that could shoot. All those guys were getting minutes and they could all defend and everything like that. It was the perfect system for him to thrive in and be the number 2 to Kawhi's number 1 and win a championship. So because of that, I mean, when we did the redraft for that year, I told you guys I'm picking a number 1 as of right now, which might be a hot take, but I'm taking Pascal Siakam as underrated right now.
Yeah, I got him
told you.
underrated as well. I
Told
mean,
you.
a guy for his size, averaged 24. He's All-Star this year, 24, about 8 rebounds and almost 6 assists. I think he gets lost on that Toronto Raptors team because they've been out of the playoffs for the last couple of years. I don't think enough people
Just last
appreciate.
year.
Oh, just last year.
They made it the year
Well,
before.
I don't think enough people appreciate Pascal Siakam, and like Garrett said, was a big piece and reason a part of that 2019 championship. Like not many NBA players have a ring, and Pascal Siakam can say he has one to contribute to winning basketball.
As a number 2.
Yeah,
Right,
with
too.
Pascal, I just want to get this off real quick, Mo, and it's real quick. I'm gonna say underrated strictly because I underrate him my damn self. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I was doing my top 10 power forward script for a video, and I'm looking at the top 5, like who am I missing? Like I'm tripping. I go look at the list. I'm like, I completely forgot about Pascal Siakam. Like I think he gets
Niggas
underrated
you under that video.
Oh no, for sure. But I think he gets underrated more so because, like you said, Garrett and Mo both said it. Though he was on that championship team, people are looking at the Raptors now, and they're looking at it as if this is. I think they forget about that championship run and him being the number 2, and I'm a victim of that my damn self. So yeah, he's definitely underrated.
And also,
he's top 5 at his position, by the way.
For sure. Right. With him improving every year beyond that, it also speaks to how, dare I say, the Raptors have mismanaged him.
Time out. Why the hell when I stopped the camera, it got your logo?
I was about to say that. I ain't gonna lie. I literally had that.
Wait. Oh, shit. That's my angle.
Hey, bro, this is I got my own brand, bro. What we doing,
my
bro?
Bad. Hold on.
W promo.
Where is it?
On God, bro.
promo.
Bro, I stopped the cam to go use the bathroom. I said, "Wait, MSH? What the hell is that?"
Yeah, that's OD. That's OD.
Nah, you good, bro. My fault. I just wanted to poke fun at you.
Yeah, damn. Why is it like that? See, now that I noticed that, it's annoying.
Recorded something like in a studio on.
Yeah, hey, listen, technical difficulties. We're gonna fix that after the stream, but y'all gonna pretend like y'all don't see that. But back to the point. For him to get better every year after that finals run, and the team to just around him just be like, get damn near worse. Not even damn near. They got worse every year. It's a mismanagement of his talents by that Toronto front office, and it's also just a mismanagement of the team as a whole. Because be honest with yourself, after that 19 finals, all that cool, Kawhi, he left. Kawhi's already gone now. What was the next step? The next step was to we got Siakam now, so if we want to remain competitive, we build around him. And they just didn't do that. Or maybe they attempted to, but it just didn't work. It was a real weird situation. I felt like they could have capitalized and potentially opened up another championship window 4-5 years down the line. Maybe even quicker than that. They could have extended it, but it's just I don't like it.
Let me also
biggest part to the my bad.
I was just gonna add too, when you talk about that year, it's after they won in 2019 and they invested in Siakam the next year, 2020, the team it wasn't quite the same because they lost pieces like Kawhi, like Danny Green, stuff like that. And Gasol took a step back. But I feel honestly, I'm not comparing, it's not exactly the same, but they were the 2nd seed and he was the best player on the 2nd best record in the league that year. You know what I mean? There were only two teams that had a better record than the Lakers who won that year, the Bucks, the Raptors. And he was the best player on the 2nd best team record-wise that season. Now, he didn't play well in the bubble playoffs, but if you think about it, it's real similar to what you saw to maybe what Scottie Pippen did in 94. You know what I mean? Where it's Jordan left, they three-peated, Jordan retired, and they came back. The Bulls were still competitive. Obviously, they weren't able to get over the hump without Jordan, but it's that's kind of the same thing. It's you weren't going to win a title without Kawhi, but even being in that position, it's kind of impressive. You know what I mean? And he was the best player on that team, majority of that year.
Man,
I was going to say also what goes with that, Mo. Fred VanVleet started playing complete dog shit.
That nigga fell off.
No. I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about the championship.
No, I'm talking about after the fact. They had no shooting no more. Yeah, he couldn't. He wasn't shooting where Gary Trent Jr. wasn't shooting all that well. No, they had literally no shooters from that point.
That man was a sharpshooter with no shot.
Literally,
I think the Raptors front office they just thought they were gonna come up with this great scheme of new offensive plan. They were all gonna have these 6'9" lengthy guards and just be able to switch on everything and
unable to do anything on the offense.
It makes sense on paper.
Yeah, no, because I pause, but
be careful.
It looked like they'll swallow up guards. Because think about it, bro. If you got a 6'9" guard, if you switch, right, you get a switch from your 4 on a pick and roll, and now you got a 6'9" guard. I mean, you got a 6'9" player playing defense on your guard. I'm sure if you got
he's 6'9", but he ain't a guard. That's the problem.
No, I know.
They ain't had nobody that could do shit on the offensive end. They was just.
I know what I'm saying.
Fred VanVleet.
Long wingspans and vibes on the offensive end.
That's what I mean. They just try to go off Pascal. And they're like, this, we're gonna build our team just like this nigga. But shit drastically didn't work. But
On paper, it
Pascals
sounds good, but
each one slightly less
at the
talented than the one
pickup
before.
basketball, that'd
yeah,
be great.
I was at pickup basketball. It sounds
That'd be great.
amazing, but
That sounds amazing.
That shit sound like hell.
Nigga, no, they
sound
be
like
killing
I'm
that
not getting
Rico
off the
Hines.
court.
They be
Yeah.
killing at the Rico Hines.
No,
run.
facts. The
killing
Raptors,
there.
when they show up to Rico Hines,
they be
they be
killing
going
Rico Hines.
crazy.
What's that other guard? He just left this year. Delonto Blanton, or Banton, or whatever his name is.
That nigga
sucks,
sucks
though.
to me.
He sucks.
He killing at Rico Hines.
He
Hines.
sucks, bro.
Well,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Maybe
Rico
in
Hines
NBA.
is nice.
Maybe in NBA. I'm talking
Yeah,
Rico Hines.
he's-
That's it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'm getting off
That
track.
nigga
All
is,
right.
like, not getting no
Next
minutes
player
on
we
the
got.
Celtics at all.
at all.
Agreed. Next player we got. Steven Adams.
Properly rated. I don't think nobody's
I
Yeah.
don't think
Properly
nobody
rated.
really.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Properly
Hey,
I would
rated.
say he's underrated,
I can
honestly.
say we all know. Well, I was gonna say you could say that, but after he went down, we saw the importance of Steven Adams to this team.
Yup.
We saw it.
I think that's a
Xavier
matchup.
Tillman stepped up a
But
little
is that
bit.
is that
I
not
think he went down.
I'll say
is that not a
underrated.
mixture? Is that not a mixture of Brandon Clark going down too, though?
Too.
That's
That is
true.
true.
I also
It
think
is.
so. It's like a matchup thing because, like, if they had played other teams, like there were times in the playoffs that Steven Adams has been on a team and he's just been like horrible. You know what I mean? Like he just isn't even playable. I mean, remember? I think it was the year
Definition of
before
up and
against
down
Golden
career.
State when he
Mhm.
did play with Memphis. Bro, he
they
couldn't
had to
even
take
be
him out
used.
after game
They had to
two.
take him out
yeah.
of the game. So like there are times it's like he's shown his liability levels in the playoffs, but it's like because they had no one big enough to stop AD for the like in the Lakers series or anything like that, like bro, they were just getting eaten alive inside. Jesus. And also like not just AD, but like LeBron was kind of having a field day, like getting downhill too. So it's like
Mhm.
those are the things. It's like if you had someone that was a big body presence, and I mean, yeah, they had Jaren, but it's like one guy can only do so much, right? So having like that rotation of bigs, maybe throwing like two there at a time. I don't know. I feel like it would have been a more competitive series. Maybe it could have swayed a different way or at least a different outcome, but like they would have had a better chance in that series. So that's what I'm gonna
Only
say.
reason why I say he's underrated is not because like people are like being like, wow, Steven Adams a GOAT. Like, nah, I just think that like exactly what Mo said. We've seen his impact on that team, and like, bro, he is just that big body. Like he is just like a big brother to a lot of these dudes. Like a lot of these dudes feel okay to act crazy on the court because he on there. You know what I'm saying? Like a big bro type shit. He gets so many rebounds. His box out is insane. Like little shit he do that don't go on the stat. I really like Steven Adams ever since OKC, to be honest. But all right, let's
I
keep
think he's
pushing.
underrated a little.
We're all in agreement with that.
Yeah.
I said
All right.
properly because I think
I say
the-
properly,
Okay. All right,
I was gonna say properly, but probably the average NBA fan,
Like in the
couldn't
middle,
pinpoint
probably
his
there.
significance. So maybe a little underrated, I guess.
sounds good.
I agree.
I'm with that. All right, let's get to our eighth player. That is CJ McCollum.
Overrated at this point in his
Underrated.
career. I think he's overrated.
Bro, no.
I'm
he's
basing off his
underrated.
last season.
And I'm gonna say he's
Overrated,
underrated
bro.
because first of all, I feel like not enough people realize like he's had a lot of injuries. I think like a little injuries over the last couple of years. And he's also being asked, especially this past season, to play like point guard. You know what I mean? He's always been the 2 to Dame's 1. Coming to New Orleans last year, he kind of was still 2 mostly. And then now this year, he had to kind of be the 1. And I feel like he did a good job most of the year. Now that later in the year, yeah, it didn't work out and he didn't play well in that like last playing game. But even CJ said himself, he's like, we're only going to be a great team if we have people out there. And how many games did Brandon Ingram miss? How many games did Zion Williamson miss? Like, it's only like if CJ is basically the constant number 1 or the constant guy that's like the main scoring option for a lot of those games or a main scoring option in a lot of those games, you can't ask him to like do everything like that. He's never been that kind of player. Like he's a great number 2, 3 or something like that. So in my opinion, I think he's going to bounce back this year. I know we talked about that not too long ago. So I'm going to say he's underrated.
That's a fair point. I mean, I said overrated, but I would say I'm borderline underrated, overrated, but more on the overrated side. I feel like a lot of
Wait. How can you be borderline? I feel like you'd be like properly rated then, right? Or
I mean, I guess that would be borderline properly rated, but I would lean more
Yeah.
towards the overrated side. strictly because I feel like a lot of people still think about him as if he was still the old CJ McCollum. And yeah, he did have to be the main facilitator for this team, but I don't think he did a very good job at it. I mean, sometimes he would excel at being the main playmaker, but often a lot of times the offense looks stagnant. And the Pelicans like just could not score. And CJ hasn't been the most efficient scorer throughout his career either. And I just feel like a lot of people think of CJ McCollum as this scoring machine at the 2, and he's just not that guy anymore.
Go ahead, my fault.
Now I'm just gonna say you could say injuries. Oh, he got injured, whatever, but that plays a little bit part of it too. If you get injured enough, you're not gonna be that same guy.
Well, I mean,
I think the thing
so I'm gonna just start off and say, he's more of a nagging injury guy. But I'm gonna start off. He's underrated. I cannot really rock with the point in you saying like the offense was stagnant. It's gonna be stagnant. You got Herb Jones out there, who I'm big on Herb Jones, love him. Not an offensive guy. Trey Murphy, love him, and he can shoot very well, shoot the skin off the ball, crazy athleticism, but he's also very young and still. Those are two bench guys that were starting a lot of the year. That's my biggest point in that. And like Garrett was saying, and like CJ has also said, they're a great team with guys out there. If you have CJ with Zion, a healthy Zion, a healthy BI, CJ is comfortably in the role that you're asking CJ to be in, that he's been in his whole career, and he's excelled at being in that spot. After year 2, and we talked about this when we did the most improved player draft, from year 2 on, CJ McCollum has been comfortably a 20-point per game scorer, and that's being the number 2 guy next to Dame for majority of those years. Would you force him to be the number 1? I'm expecting a drop off. He's never been that. That's never been his game. But you get Zion back and BI back, and you get I'd say you just get them to play 60 games. 60 games, because CJ played 75 last year, which is a lot considering the last 2 years he's had nagging injuries. But you just get them 65 of those 75 games that CJ played. I guarantee their offense looks a lot different. CJ's playmaking looks a lot better, and his efficiency will probably look a lot better as well, because once you take out Zion and BI, the players you have to score and as primary scorers next to CJ, Jose Alvarado, Josh Richardson, Jonas Valanciunas,
Trey Murphy.
And I mean, and I guess you could throw in Trey Murphy and Herbert Jones in there because they can get you a little something on offense. But I will say both of those guys, like they're the kind of guys, and I only say this because I watch a lot of Hornets ball. They're the kind of guys where one night you'll get 15, 20 out of them, and then the next night you get 2 points out of them. So I don't really want to name them so much. But like if we're talking like just like players that we know for a fact, you could throw Devontae Graham in there, but he didn't really like get burned like that. But once you take out Zion and BI, what does he have to work with?
I mean, that's a fair point for sure. You don't have your 2 young superstars. I respect it.
I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna say slightly underrated, only because when you do have to transition roles like that, it's gonna come at a cost. And I feel like it came at a cost of, you know what I'm saying, this time around, it came at a cost of his efficiency. And just overall, I think that they would be better suited finding an actual point guard rather than having CJ, take over point guard duties as needed. They probably, not even probably, they definitely be better suited getting like an actual point guard. Just imagine a real point guard running an offense with a healthy Zion and BI taking ISOs whenever you need to. He can find BI, you know what I'm saying, also on the catch and shoot, stuff like that. That's just stuff that I'm not super comfortable with CJ doing, even if, you know what I'm saying, cool, he can do his scoring thing, but I want more from my player that's going to play point guard. I want them to more so play point guard, especially when you can score, but so can the niggas that you would be passing to, and they would do it in a more efficient way than you. So, yeah, just a little underrated, and only because he not a point guard. So like I don't like him playing point guard, and he's not a point guard. So
all right, yeah. That's fair. Gary, you have anything to add?
No, I was just gonna say,
Oh.
yeah, I agree. Because like and you could even make the argument when we were talking about like RJ, like with the Knicks isn't a great fit for him. It's like maybe the Pelicans isn't a great fit for CJ to be CJ that we know. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Fully healthy Pelicans, I think it's a great fit for him because it's a role he's
If
used
we
to.
ever see it, yeah, maybe.
If we ever see it, exactly. All right, bet. All right, so let's get to our second to last player, Bradley Beal. Overrated or underrated?
Hold on a second. Why did I know you were gonna say Bradley Beal next? Because I was also thinking in my head when Steph was saying the point about it's like if you're going somewhere where it's like you were a 2 and then you're gonna be a 3, your numbers are gonna go down. And the first thing that came to my head is like Bradley Beal just went to the Suns. He was the number 1 option. He's gonna be probably the number 3 now. So
that's crazy. That's the same thought I had when I was making this list.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. But go ahead, you can go first, Jay. I just wanted to throw that out.
Now, Bradley Beal's definitely overrated. The last few, I wouldn't say this season, but I think the last 2 seasons, he averaged 30 points per game. I mean, I don't want to say peaked because that's pretty much the only time he was on a competitive team. But him and John Wall, those were the years where we were just waiting for Bradley Beal to really like develop into the player that he has come to be. But he really wasn't able to peak when John Wall was still healthy. Unfortunately, he finally found his stride when John Wall went down, and we saw what he was with the Washington Wizards. He couldn't really uplift that team or elevate that team to any type of playoff success without until Russell Westbrook came along. And I don't think is he overrated or underrated? I would have to go overrated strictly because I don't think he's as good as the stats may say he is.
I love that.
How good do the stats say he is? Because the stats to me just say he is a scorer. That's like it. So how high am I going to rate just a scorer at this point? We know what Bradley Beal is. We know what he's been for the past few years. He a scorer. That's about it. He ain't able to elevate really bad teams. He's never been on a truly competitive team, and now he's going to go to a team where I guess they could be competitive. Definitely will be in the regular season, but he's going to go to a team where they could be competitive, and now he's not even going to be playing the same role as he is where he was. So based off the fact that I think the majority of people have the Suns going farther in the playoffs than they probably will go, I'm going to say overrated. And that's just, you know what I'm saying? They probably had him going far based on the fact that they got Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. And Bradley Beal being a part of that, that's why I say overrated. But like, it's just Bradley Beal, bro. You know what I'm saying? I literally don't know what else to say. We've known what Bradley Beal was for a minute now. He's a scorer.
I mean, me personally, when he did leave, when him and John Wall did, I guess, like split ways, whatever, I personally was expecting like the step up and like now he becomes that number 1 guy, like that 1A guy. Now, granted, that step never really happened. So I agree. Like he's just been what he's been. But I did expect more from him to step up as the number 1 guy when that little split happened, though.
I was gonna say not enough people, like you would think so many people say he's overrated so that he's properly rated, but like I feel like not enough people do, at least to the same like extremity of like maybe you could argue like a Julius Randle or like an RJ Barrett or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, but if it was like that, then maybe I'd be more willing to change that. Or like I guess Trae Young, like everyone's like Trae Young's overrated and this and that. So like it's different for those. You can make I think a better argument for the other side, but like Bradley Beal, it's kind of like it's just felt like empty stats for a while now, and like it doesn't seem like he can be quite that guy. Like it feels like he's a tier.
Stats. The Wizards have been ass.
Yeah, it feels like he's a tier below like the 3rd or 4th tier shooting guards essentially. Like it's just like he's just not that. That's why I'm really curious to see how this Phoenix thing works out.
You're not that guy.
I know they was talking about splitting the point guard responsibilities. I'm not gonna lie. Don't fucking do that to Devin Booker.
None of them
don't do that. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
If we gonna do this point guard thing, point Beal, go all the way with it. Don't have them split the point guard role and then you know what I'm saying Beal trying to get everybody shots, not Devin Booker trying to get everybody shots. No, don't do that because you're gonna fuck over Devin Booker and all the momentum that he got going. If he not the number 1 option and he trying to, you know what I'm saying, play playmaker all of a sudden, that shit, bro, it'll look good during the regular season. you're gonna fold during the playoffs if you do that shit. You know.
Wait, Mo,
Please
you don't think
Just
you don't
like
think it
Luka
would make it
Watson
easier for
now,
Devin
good
Booker
point,
though to guard him?
What?
Him being a playmaker, so you would have to technically play for the pass, not always for him to be a scorer.
Bro,
type
I
shit.
want Devin Booker. If he got the ball in his hand, I want him shooting that motherfucker. I don't want him passing to nobody. At this point, I would say, probably, he damn near the best scorer on that team, and that's only because Kevin Durant on that team. He was shit. He looked like the best player through that playoffs. He looked like the best player through they, you know what I'm saying, through their last playoff run.
I don't like you saying that.
I feel like that could be the
I
next.
said damn near. I ain't say he was.
Crazy,
There's
I think
no
he's
way
better.
Devin Booker's the best scorer on that team when Kevin
I
Durant.
said damn near, and I said
No, but not even damn near though,
because
brother.
KD's
Because
on-
KD is like
yeah.
KD is literally
Yeah.
probably like the top three. Probably it is a top 3 scorer of all time. Devin Booker would not that.
Well, we're not talking about all time. We're talking about right now. And right now, if Devin
Agreed.
Booker not that, check me out.
That's a
If Devin
crazy
Booker
point.
not the number one option on that team next year, they're not going for it. That's why I'm basing.
Okay, I can rock with that.
It just
And that's-
it
that's
depends.
based off of-
We need
I
to
don't
see
know.
a
Devin
full
Booker team
season
as well,
to.
so.
We need to see like how the
What the
season
hell?
plays out the first.
What?
Wait,
it's
what?
not. It's not Devin Booker team.
No. I said what the hell because my screen messed up. It wasn't.
Oh.
yeah.
I was gonna say.
All right, last player then here. Last player. Let's
Yeah,
finish
go
this
ahead,
out. Wendell Carter Jr.
Underrated.
Underrated.
I feel like it has to
Underrated.
be
Heavily
Thank you.
underrated.
Heavily. Hey, y'all, real quick.
Hey,
I
shout out Devin, man. This
I
is
had-
Devin's
Yeah.
guy.
Shout out Devin.
Robinson.
Shout out Run
But
DMD.
nigga, I had him right here for
I love
fantasy.
Rendell Carter.
This last season, he is a bucket in fantasy. Love Wendell Carter. But go ahead.
Now let me ask,
He
let me
does
just
some
ask a
of
quick
everything on the
question.
court.
Yes.
Can I ask a quick question? I just off you guys. I feel like I know what maybe Mo's gonna say. Wendell Carter, Nikola Vucevic right now.
Wendell
Wendell,
Carter.
what
Not,
the
fuck?
yeah.
Not even
Take Wendell.
Vooch. Sorry, Big Vooch. You're not him.
Wendell, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me, give me
Yeah.
Wendell.
I mean, I feel like at this point, yeah.
And
I just had to
I
bring it up
really
'cause
was
of the
upset
trade.
that y'all. I was very upset that y'all did that. Very upset.
Really,
for,
I was
for
upset.
y'all.
I
Well, I
don't know if
just
Wendell ever
was
panned out
really.
like
I
the whole-
loved Wendell. That's fair.
like just
I
the
just
way it was
always liked
going with
Wendell.
us.
Though.
The way it was going with us, like he always, for one, was injured. That's the biggest thing, and two, it's like it just never fit quite the system that we had. And like, I'm glad that he's doing better things, I guess, in Orlando, but it's just kind of crazy how things turned out because like they gave up picks too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why would we give up picks?
bro. And picks, bro.
Wendell.
Yeah,
Well-
that's tough.
That is tough. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and keep it pushing. That was a solid segment. Overrated, underrated. Let's get into something a little bit more, a little more fun. We could definitely talk about stats, but we could just talk about just some would you rather, some NBA would you rather. Could be anything related. Could be like this player or that player, this team or that team, whatever. So let's go ahead and get into it. I got 4 NBA would you rathers. First one is you had game on the line. Who you want taking your game-winning shot?
Iguodala.
For sure, nigga.
That's real true. Hey, that's a TikTok right there. I ain't gonna lie. TikTok, that's fire. Would you game-winning shot? Who you want taking it? Dame or Stephen Curry?
Dame.
Ooh,
Dame.
shit.
And I don't have to
Dame,
think
yeah.
twice about it either. This guy has multiple game winners in playoff series to send them to the next round. I mean, it's Dame time for a reason. Here, Steph Curry, I think we can all agree, is better than Dame for the first 46 minutes. Last 2, I'll take Damian Lillard.
100%. I think Garrett
That's
hit
valid.
it perfectly.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah,
And-
I'm gonna also say last shot. Give me Dame to win it, bro. It feel like Dame when he shoot that motherfucker. It's just I know it's going in. Like when I watched.
I
him
feel
pull
that
up
way
against
with
Paul
Steph
George.
too, though. But I feel
But-
like that with
I'm
Steph
saying
too. That's why I'm
in
like,
the clutch situations. It's like, oh yeah, that's they ain't taking that. That's money. When he shot that shot
Yeah.
versus Paul George,
you knew it was
bullshit you not,
cash.
I knew
That's
that
so
shit was
crazy.
going in, and I was like, damn, that's tough,
Nick, bro,
Paul
when he
George.
shot it, I literally sat there because as hoop watchers, we know about 7-6 seconds of when you supposed to go. When it got to about 5-4, I was
Like,
like,
what the
oh,
fuck
this
is he
nigga
doing?
about
He
to
finna
pull
pull
it.
up?
I said he about to pull it. I saw a sidestep. Oh no, Dame. Oh my God.
I thought
Smack
he
that
was
believe it,
gonna
bro.
be
Can't believe
Wetted
fine.
that bitch.
Like an idiot.
Hey,
We've
but I
seen
will
that happen
say-
before.
I
Had to
will
throw the
say, I
General
think
Keys
I'm gonna
first.
go.
That's a
I'm gonna go.
bad shot.
I'm gonna go Dame also. I'm gonna go Dame also because
That's a bad shot.
to your point, Mo, with Steph. Well, Garrett said it as well. With Steph, the first 46 minutes, every single shot that goes up that's in. I'm not even looking at it. But with Dame, especially when he gets to that mode, like don't give me Dame where he's like that in quarter number 1 because that's not turning off.
Honestly,
Wait, what is Steph's right?
He
What's his
did
field goal
that to,
percentage in game-winning shots or go-ahead shots in the last 3? It's like 0 for 11.
It's trash.
0 for 12.
Yeah, it's not that good.
It is
honestly,
trash.
And I know that's
I
not the only
that
thing, but
sucks.
like I think that's a huge part of it as well.
I'll be
You
having
know what we saw? We saw that last 2 minutes. We saw that last 2 minutes Dame stretched out over a whole game when he scored that 71. Who did he do that against? It was a very bad team.
Rockets.
Was it the Rockets?
The Rockets.
Yeah.
Rockets.
Yeah,
I don't even look to that game when I think of Dame like scoring games. I look at that Denver game, bro.
I look at
that Denver game, bro.
In the bubble.
Yep,
I think the game in the bubble
that
against
game.
Brooklyn a lot too. That
Okay,
game
that's
that
a good
the
game
last
too.
That's
the
a
last
good
game,
one.
bro. When he hit that shot literally at the half court line, I was like, bro, he's different. I'm like, for at least those 8 games, he was the best player in the world. Like in playoff start, sure, changed, whatever. But bro,
it was in a bubble as well where he shot it. That motherfucker hit back iron. Went
straight up and dropped right back. Yeah, I remember that happened, and I was like, "Nah, Dame is on a different." That when things like that happen, that's when a player is at like such a different mode that you can't do. Yeah,
he did a step back too because he was like way far back. He did like a quick jab step and pulled it as quick as he could too.
I was like, damn, that motherfucker was hard as hell. Went straight through. I'm like, all right, bro.
You know, he felt like Kawhi when that happened. He's like, it's my time.
That's so funny.
Damn, Dame is a bad man, bro. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, bro is really. I need to get out of Portland.
Whenever I be having this conversation,
he tried to
friends and shit like that. I feel like a lot of people, especially in the Bay, you know, they definitely gonna go with Curry. But I go with Dame, and for the one reason that I go with Dame, and tell me if y'all feel me on this, because I've been told this is a hot take. I just think that like when it comes to them last couple seconds, like you need to have that dog in you. And I'm not saying Curry don't got that dog in him. I'm not trying to say that at all.
But
I just
Dame
think that Dame got another level of dog.
He got that Bay Area dog.
I think
he got that Bay dog in him. That's what he got.
Like, and I think that like that right there makes he is. That makes
that's what I'm saying. He got that Marshawn Lynch, that beast mode. That same thing that Marshawn Lynch got in him. Dame got that in him. Like
when you like, nigga, I'm getting this shot off, and like that's it. Like I don't know, you can't do nothing about it, nigga. Like I'm getting this shot off and it's going in. I think that I just don't think Stephen Curry.
The craziest
about it like this too. Like think about this. It's like the other thing too with the Warriors. It's like because I know they've played head to head a lot. The Warriors always win. Like Curry's 10-0 against the Dame in the playoffs. Every Curry fan's gonna say that like when this discussion is brought up because they always do. But it's like, think about the scoring options that Curry has around him that can also create when he had Clay, when he had KD, you know, all those guys. And think about the defenders he had that would, you know, work on whether it was a prime Clay or Iggy or Sean Livingston or Draymond Green. Bro, who else was going to create like that on Dame's side? You had CJ for a minute there, but compared to all those guys, like on the offensive end, I probably would take those guys over him. So it's like, it just doesn't compare.
Steph
he got doubled like that whole 2019 series too. That's why I hate when people bring that up because like there's no context there. Like he was getting double, triple teamed all the time.
Steph has always had the luxury.
His numbers took a dip per series, and obviously the context don't say motherfucker. They was blitzing him every time. He couldn't. They
were letting Aminu and Harkless pull threes, and that was working because they're horrible.
Steph has always had the luxury to play off ball. Dame has never had that luxury.
Yeah.
So we all going Dame here?
Yes, sir.
Easily.
All right, bet. All right, next one right here. This is like you can take team into account, but also like take city into account, take all that, like your way of life. Like imagine y'all some NBA players. Would you rather play for the Utah Jazz or the Charlotte Hornets?
The Hornets, what? They got no rules over there.
Do you see my skin color?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Steph and Mo.
There's two reasons for that. First of all, like,
me and Garrett might be able to slide through. I ain't gonna lie. I might be able to pull a Jordan Clarkson and get away with it.
they probably would accept me, but I'm gonna still take the Hornets. I'm gonna say the two things. Like the first thing though is like I already wouldn't like quite with like the backlash because there's certain fan bases like you just don't mess with, you get a bad vibe with. So that's the first thing. The second thing is too like both of them are kind of like feel like small markets, but Charlotte, it's like that's Michael Jordan was there for a while. You know what I mean? Like so it's like you already have that as well. It's like people know more of the Charlotte Hornets, I feel like, than they do the Utah Jazz simply because of like what Michael Jordan did with like building them up. He just sold his like part of a stake for it way higher than like what he originally bought it for. So I think that's another thing. And if we're talking about just like right now and like just with how the team's constructed, it's like I know LaMelo's got a good future ahead of him, barring any crazy injuries. The Jazz, it's like kind of weird because they have a lot of bigs and like guys like Kessler are young too and stuff like that. And Markkanen was great this past year, but it's like it just feels weird. You know what I mean? So give me Charlotte.
I'm gonna be honest and taking all that into account. I'd much rather play in the East and get my ass beat than be in the West and get my ass beat.
That is true.
If I'm a player, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably not even thinking about shit like that. I'm probably just be like, wherever I am, I am. But another reason.
The fuck, man. Wherever I am, I am. That's cap. There's no player that's worth. I mean, there's some. You
can't go to Utah,
bro. There's some players that are like wherever I am. But I feel like that's such a negligible amount. There's so many players that are like, bro, listen, I am not going to that city. Fuck that city.
Like me and my mindset. Number one, I already said I don't want to play in no damn Utah, so that's one. Me and my mindset. I know if I'm an NBA player, I want my money first. So I ain't really worried about where I'm going. You did, but that's.
But once you already got your bag,
that's why I'm not an NBA.
Once you already straight,
not any other reason. That's the main reason. That's the main
reason. Fam, you could get a bag with any team in the league, but that's like saying Milwaukee's paying me, so I'm gonna go to Milwaukee. Nobody wants to be in no goddamn Milwaukee, bro. Hey, nobody wants to be in Wisconsin.
But
in Wisconsin,
not too bad.
We're not. Yeah. In Wisconsin, bro.
It's not great. It's for Chicago, but Milwaukee, I've been there. It's not bad. I'm gonna argue. I'm gonna look like a real traitor right now.
Don't do this right now, bro.
Milwaukee's better than Indianapolis, bro.
Oh, okay. I've never been in Indianapolis.
That's a bad take.
None are better than Cali.
John, don't do that because you're the reason. You're about to set us up for slander. Don't do that right now.
Indy feels a little
the Lakers aren't the only team in Cali.
But Milwaukee is just better in my opinion.
I've never been in either one, but the only reason I would go with Indiana is because I know it's more of a basketball state than Wisconsin is.
If you though, like the one thing I'll say about downtown Indy, and then we can move on. It's like it doesn't feel like it has the vibes of like a big city like that, which is good if you kind of like like a suburban type of feel. Like based on big cities, I would say that's more so where it is. But Milwaukee, it's like it feels closer to a Chicago than an Indianapolis does, but it's also like not too crazy and like too crowded or anything like that. So, and I mean they got Mars Cheese Castle like not too far out there, and I love that place.
What the hell is that?
Hey man, only real ones know
bro.
about
What
Mars
is
Cheese
that,
Castle.
Bro? Fam, I need to take a trip.
Cheese Castle?
Actually, bro, I'm not even gonna ask. I need to take a trip up there because I gotta see Mo. I gotta see. Y'all don't know who this is. Y'all don't know who this is, but I gotta see Fat Meezy. He owes me a run. Shout out Fat Mir. I gotta see Garrett. He owes me a run. I don't think Justin don't owe me shit. I'll run him whenever I run him. I don't fucking. We'll see about that when that happens. Gabe too, yeah. I think Gabe would actually be a nice person to play against because he still works out. So I still think he got that lateral movement to at least annoy me. Like how John will understand this. You know how when you play a non-basketball playing person and they just block and foul you all fucking game, it's a blocking foul. They don't understand. Oh, I forgot Garrett. My fault. I completely forgot you play too. My bad, Garrett. Yeah, football players. This crap. When you're doing this and I'm trying to get past you, you can't let me run it. That's a blocking foul, buddy.
Come on, gang.
This is a PSA for all of you football players. If I drive and I run into this arm and you don't move it, It's a foul on you, not me.
Man.
When I played the blindfolded game, that's exactly what happened, bro. Because that guy doesn't play, and he's 6'6", so I'm like, yeah, this is a nightmare.
That would annoy me. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was a nightmare, bro.
Niggas like that suck to play with. But all right,
bro, it's the worst.
We're talking about people that suck or are good to play with. Now, this is no slight because these are two goats. These are two great players. But we all know we've heard stories about their leadership styles. Maybe it's not the greatest. So if you were in the NBA, who would you personally rather have as a teammate, Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan?
Kobe Bean. It's not close, bro.
Mike, I'm gonna have to go. Mike,
I want reasons. I want reasons, though. I want reasons. Trill first, and then go, Jay. Because I want everybody reasons first.
Personally, I'm going Kobe Bean because I feel like Kobe shit talk is more specific to basketball and stays on basketball. When I was watching The Last Dance, some of the shit he was saying to what's his name? Scott Brunell. Is that his name?
Burrell.
Yeah. Well, some of the stuff he was saying, it was like, bro, some of this is past basketball. Yeah. And I know Scott was a cool dude. But if it's me, bro, Jordan, we're fighting. Like there were some things where it was like, all right, bro, like you're just at this point you're being a bully. Like, and even Jordan knew it himself because he's starting to tear up talking, but like you could have been a little bit too hard. Whereas with Kobe, like if we watch that Kobe clip of him talking about Sophist Charmin and shit like that, that's how my high school practices were. So something like that, like that would have just had me turn up and be more on fire, like the way Nick Young was talking back to him. Granted, Nick Young ain't that dude to be doing that, but that's something I could take more than we're sitting down in the locker room just shooting the shit, preparing for a game, and you talking shit to me. Bro, I'm about to punch you in your mouth. Because what are we doing right now?
Wait, so Jay? Is this who I would want on my team right now?
Yeah, who would you want as a teammate if you was in the league?
As a teammate, okay. I would definitely say Michael Jordan. Obviously, Kobe Bryant married his game after Mike, and I think with how so many players talk so highly of Michael Jordan, I think being a teammate of his would highly elevate my game to a whole nother level. I mean, who knows if Scottie Pippen would have ended up with the career that Scottie Pippen did have if Michael Jordan was.
Bro, we're not doing that. Hell no. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that, Jay.
I didn't say he would be drastically worse or anything, but I'm just saying in terms of success, the amount of rings he won.
You ever seen Andrew Bynum?
Jordan, bro.
You ever seen Andrew Bynum?
Michael Jordan, he wouldn't have 6 rings. Duh. What the fuck, bro?
Wait. Yeah,
this is getting nasty quick. This is getting real nasty.
No, bro, y'all aren't understanding the art. He's saying who I would rather have my teammate. You're saying, yeah, of course, then he needed Michael Jordan. Yeah, nigga, I want Michael Jordan too as my teammate. So I could ride his coattails to 6 rings.
Okay. All right. I feel it.
Okay, well, if that's the reason, that makes sense.
I guess the way I'm looking at it, Jay, is more so I'm gonna help Kobe do more. Meaning, once Shaq leaves, we still gonna be winning because
Trill and Kobe.
We on that time.
Trill and Kobe.
Yeah, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? If I took this shit serious, you would see me in the league right now.
Trill and Kobe.
For sure.
I think with
I'll go get a trainer right now, and I'll be overseas in the next 5 years.
He gonna do that shit just to spite me. That's crazy.
On God.
I feel like for me, I would rather play. I would rather play with Michael Jordan. I just think it's not only you can make the argument, it's you're gonna win 6 rings and stuff like that. I feel like you need to be strong-minded to play with both. Maybe Kobe is a little bit more likable, you know what I mean? But I feel like you need to be strong-minded to play with both. They weren't gonna let stuff slide if you were slacking, stuff like that. I also think though, when it comes to Michael Jordan, and I mean, yeah, there are I think there's an argument to be made that whether it was guys like Andrew Bynum or Derek Fisher or maybe Luke Walton or something like that. I think both of them put role players
Shannon
on
Brown, Jordan Farmar.
Yeah, Shannon Brown, Jordan Farmar. Well, I feel like maybe someone like a Jordan Farmar.
Keep naming Lakers. I like it.
Jordan Farmar might be one of those exceptions, but what I'm saying is I feel like. And you can make the argument, but at least for me, I feel like Michael Jordan put more of those role player-esque guys on game when we're talking about like, oh, people remember a Bill Cartwright, people remember a Bill Winnington. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like you really shouldn't. Like those should be the guys that are like, who? Like, you know what I mean? Like 30, 20 years down the line, we're like, who are these guys? A John Paxson or like Steve Kerr, stuff like that. Now, obviously they have their own moments, those two in particular, but it's like there's a lot of players on those teams that it's like we still talk about to this day in some regard, and people know who you're talking about. That's the thing. Whereas I feel like if I'm like just a guy on the end of the bench, if I'm like the 12th dude, like I might have a better chance of being well known and I'm going to win in the process of doing it. And I mean, again, like what Jay was saying, I mean, Michael Jordan's just the better player. So I just have a better chance of, Michael Jordan's not going to let us lose. If we lose, we do lose, but he's just not going to let us lose as much as he can.
Hey,
but
man,
you're getting disrespectful right now.
Just wrap it up. End it.
I know you're like, I get what you're saying, but it comes off as you're calling Kobe a loser. So it's like, bro.
No, yeah. My point was I've seen Kobe, like they'll go through like the rough patches too throughout his prime, like the window gap like between the Shaq titles and his own titles. And granted, not all those teams were great, but it's like, when Michael Jordan was winning, like with the Bulls, it basically was everlasting. When every season he was there. Yeah, you could argue 95, I guess, but like he was only there for like a month. I mean,
let me ask you this, because you just, and this is to your role player point. Would you know who the fuck Smush Parker was if he never was a Kobe teammate?
Andrew Bynum wouldn't have two.
I mean, no, and I'm
not even gonna name Andrew
Bynum,
Bynum, but
yeah, but I'm also saying like there's other guys even like on that team. Like take like Chris Mim for example. There's people that probably don't even know who he is. You know what I mean? Like, and there are people like you can make a argument with like a Dickie Simpkins or something like that on the Bulls, or but I just feel like there's a better chance of being well known as a 12th guy on a Michael Jordan championship team than a 12th guy on a Kobe Bryant championship team.
Let me ask you something though, and this is only because this is something that I think I hold a little bit higher. In my opinion, Kobe is the first and only superstar, like that level of superstar, like top 3 kind of guy, to go through a rebuild, like actually stick around and be in the midst of a rebuild. So with that being said,
just to clarify, you mean like top 2 or 3, like at their time in the NBA?
Or no. I mean like all time, like ever, like Bron hasn't really gone through a rebuild. Jordan hasn't, and then if you start to go further than that, I can't really think of. For sure, but they're basically where I'm kind of going with it is he's essentially just hitting his prime. His team has to rebuild after winning 3 of them. Does that not give him sort of an edge in terms of mentality wise, because you had to start here, come here, and then you got to get back here?
I mean, my counter to that would be, I mean, you could take a look at the Last Dance season and just like how Scottie Pippen was basically not in the picture for the first chunk of the year. And then Dennis Rodman, even though he played a lot of the games, it's like he was going to Vegas for trips. Like there was times Jordan had to go get him by himself. You know what I mean? As much as we talk about like the bad side of Jordan as a teammate and like the punch and Steve Kerr and the crazy stuff he said, it's like he also like took flights to go get Dennis Rodman out of Vegas, just so he can get him back. So doing those things, like if you take Scottie Pippen out of that picture and basically Dennis Rodman's head was not straight, we know what that team looked like without those 3 the year after, because that was their worst record in franchise history. So I feel like in the fact that they were the best record in their conference and they did win the championship and he was MVP that year too. I mean, that's a pretty impressive season. That's why I think it gets a lot of praise.
Let me give my answer before we move on. I ain't gonna lie, Mike, fuck with you. You put your hands on me during practice, we just gonna be fighting. And I'm not, and you know what else? I'm not gonna be on the team after. Because like, why you feel it's necessary to do that? See, now I have to fight you. I have to beat your ass, and now I don't fuck with you for that. See, see,
you couldn't just like if y'all was just having like a a bad practice, you couldn't just fade
No.
Mike real quick and then just be right back at
No.
it next day?
No, because I
Nigga,
know
don't put your hands
practices
on
are,
me. Go
but
away.
even still, I know practices, they're gonna keep being. It's not, you don't just turn down intensity. You
No,
need to keep that,
I know-
especially as a championship team. So if I
The
know
intensity,
that,
cool. Nigga, don't put
No,
your
no.
hands on me.
Nah, but
but I'm
like
saying, like,
sometimes
if I know that and you put your hands on me, that's just not gonna stop. It's always gonna be at that level from now on. From this point forward, it's up at that point.
yeah, but it
One thing I'll
should be
add,
up.
though,
But it
is-
should be up from your side too, though. So it's like, nigga, if you get too close to me, I'm gonna put my hands on you too.
I just
Well,
wanted
no,
to say,
because I'm
like,
not
on
thinking
top
I'm finna
of,
fade this nigga. That's because I'm so mad. Like Mike started that shit. He punched it for no reason. So I would have punched his ass back.
when it
I would have kept
when it comes
punching
to that, and I
Right.
and I know you said like at that point you would be done. I feel like, especially if I'm saying like I am the 12th man on the team, I feel like in that age, the player empowerment movement, like with dictating your career, wasn't quite as big. So if you said, you know what, screw it, I'm done. You know what I mean? And the only way that they're going to get around that is just letting you go. And there's no guarantee you're going to get back on another team. There's also no guarantee what contract you're going to get, especially because the NBA was paying a lot less back then. So I feel like it would be a bad move in a way for that, even though you might not like Michael Jordan after that. But it would probably not be the best move from a business perspective.
It would be, but I'm not an NBA player right now, and I'm just talking in that, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting myself in their shoes. So that's my brain as like, you know what I'm saying, a college student saying that, but I probably wouldn't have to say. I'd definitely get up with his ass because Mike, why you putting your hands on me? But I'd be like, hey, I'll probably be like after like, hey man, that shit wasn't cool. Don't do it again. But we all right. You know
But
like,
so funny.
don't do that. Leave me alone. Why are you threatening? Why are we fighting during practice? Like, come on.
That's so funny. All right. Well, I think we're split around the board.
Did Jay go?
Actually, yeah, Jay went Jordan. I think I think everyone's saying Jordan besides me and Trill. I personally go Kobe.
I said I would rather be Kobe.
I said Kobe.
My fault. But all right, last one. Would you rather? I hear a lot of bad rap. Both these guys get a lot of bad raps as coaches. So if you're in the NBA right now, would you rather play for Jason Kidd or Tom Thibodeau?
I got you. Tom Thibodeau, because Jason Kidd is like really, really dog shit at coaching. Tom Thibodeau, he got his problems, but like Jason Kidd,
Jason Kidd's just a shit coach,
bro.
He's just
name one redeeming quality about Jason Kidd as a coach?
Nah, I would
say
you're on the shit coach.
He's a shit coach. He's the same coach that watched the team go on the run and then tell his team y'all need to figure it out. Bro, that's your whole job. That's literally your job to manage runs. Literally, and you're saying your team is going to figure out, what are we doing?
His best play in a decade as a coach is telling his teammate to knock this beer over on the floor.
I was just going to say,
and then like with it was, and with Tibbs, the only knock on Tibbs is that he overworks his players. But the only reason that's a knock is because these niggas are NBA players. If he's a college or high school coach, he's the best coach ever.
They loving that. Yeah, shit. They loving that. Yeah. Nigga, you better wake up at 5 a.m. to start doing all this shit.
Yeah.
And can I just say
Tibbs clears? Tibbs.
Go ahead.
Tibbs clears Jason Kidd, in my opinion. I think the only reason Jason Kidd had that good year with the Dallas Mavericks is because, I mean, we all know he took Frank Vogel's sauce and tried to implement it with the Mavs. But once you lose those defensive players, or those players that were actually buying into playing defense, the Mavs fell apart again. But Tibbs is the type of coach that installs installs good defensive habits into the players. He does work you hard, but at the end of the day, it shows up. The success of how hard he works you shows up in terms of winning games. And I don't think Jason Kidd has really found his. I don't think he's found his groove, found his what works for him as being a head coach yet.
Can I just add this? Is that
he's a bad coach? That's just
with Thibodeau, and I know it's easy to say in hindsight, because they'll look at, the Derrick Rose injury and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when in that perspective, it's like
they were making a run,
bro. A game. It was a 12-point game. They were on a run, kind of Philadelphia at that point. So it's like I feel like that's never talked about, and it's like it's easy to say, yeah, like you should have taken him out. But it's like, bro, we also want to win the game. It's the playoffs. You know, this isn't like some game on February 6th or something like that. So like, I feel like that never gets brought up. And like, granted, yeah, Jason Kidd, like he had a good season with the Mavs his first year, and he had a good season his first year with the Bucks. But it's like, I feel like maybe he's one of those coaches that kind of just like, it drags over time. You know what I mean? That's kind of the impression I've gotten over the last couple of years. Of seeing him coach, it's like it'll drag as time goes on. Maybe it won't be quite as great. Now, I think the Mavericks will be better. They'll be better next year for sure because they're gonna have Luka and Kyrie a full year. But I think like that's just one of the things. Whereas Tom Thibodeau, it's like, bro, they were competitive years without Derrick Rose. Like, they were winning a playoff series in 2013, or even like winning 50 games when he came back in 2015. Or he had the Wolves. When I remember I was talking with JELSON the one day, like they were the 3rd seed most of that year until Jimmy Butler got hurt like the last month. So it's like, I know he doesn't have a championship as a head coach. He does as an assistant, but he doesn't have it as a head coach. But it's like, I know I'm going to get high levels of success as well. And I'm going to be held accountable. Now, the guy that's lazy might not want to play for him, but all I'm gonna say is that's your loss. Cause I like, I like to play basketball. I like to do what I can to win, bro.
As a hooper, a real hooper is gonna like that hard-nosed coach over that coach that's just gonna sit there and to your point, Garrett, when you said it's like it drags, it's like Jason Kidd puts his all in the first year, maybe second year, and then after that, it's like he's just there. Cause I mean, my friend's a Mavs fan, so he always says this a lot. But once he said it and I paid attention, he wasn't wrong. After that one mic'd up clip of Jason Kidd like doing the defensive sets with the Mavs, like when he was like, switch, you got him, switch, help, stay. Yeah. After that, he hasn't done anything coaching wise. Like I've never seen him. Like I've never seen him do anything as a coach since that point forward. I kid you not, bro. Like. And it's bad, bro. I hate Jason Kidd as a coach, bro. I do not. How do
Jason Kidd keep being blessed in these coach situations to have superstar players?
He gets such good jobs too, bro. Like,
hey, they believe in the
Giannis, Nas, Luka.
Honestly,
bro, they tried to hire him in front of Darvin Ham. That would have had me hot, bro.
They did because he was in the city for the 2020 championship.
Yes,
I ain't gonna lie. Didn't y'all want that at the time?
Some people did, but the only reason he didn't do it or didn't sign on with us is because the front office was like, nah, we're going to give you your assistants. You're not hiring your own. That's why Frank Vogel was the only person that would take that job because he's more at the point where he's like, well, shit, I got to prove myself anyway. I don't really got a coaching staff to put up there. But after they learned from that mistake, because we lost out on like I think we lost out on Monty Williams and one other good ass coach because of that.
Wasn't it Tyler? Or was it?
It was Ty Lue. Ty Lue was one of them because we were telling them.
Hold on. Y'all told Ty Lue he couldn't bring on in his own
staff? Yes, and that's why we. Yes. You're making the same face, same everything that I did. It was like what?
And wasn't they not trying to pay him?
No, they were trying to pay him. It was he said it himself. He was like, it was strictly because they were saying they had an assistant staff for me. I bring my staff with me, which every head coach does this. Once you get to the college level, the NBA level, or whatever level after, well, shit, even high school, head coaches get their own staff
at good
for the most part.
At good schools,
at good schools, yeah. But like telling a high school or a head coach, I'm picking your staff.
It's wild.
But I'm glad they said it because if Jason Kidd was my head coach right now, bro, oh my God.
Bro,
Lord help me.
Bro, they really lucked out of that Jason Kidd situation doing that dumbass shit. Like,
but we lost Ty Lue in the process. So
you want to
because I know when the Blazers signed Chauncey Billups, like they were thinking of getting Jason Kidd. So like they're in a mess too. But it's like I don't know if you guys think like
I don't know what Chauncey's doing. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's
he's a good coach or not. I think he probably like all right, ain't he? I can't even tell.
No,
Chauncey
tried to ruin Dame the first year for sure. He tried to ruin Dame that first year.
They just be taking these older point guards and they're like, yo, like since you were a point guard, since you were like an extension of the coach, like how about you come be a coach now? This shit did not work with Steve Nash either. It did not work with Jason
Nash. Can be a good coach, man. He just needs a right situation.
Nah, I don't think so.
He was a poor coach
with a young team. Put him with a young team that's like building, like developing. I think he could be a good
I'm
coach.
kind of
I
with
think
that,
he can give
Garrett.
more on a personal level. You
I
can't
kind
throw
of
him
with
into
that
like the hardest
strictly
situation in
because
sports.
I'm with Garrett in that because when you're a head coach of guys that are stars like that, KD, Harden, Kyrie, you're not so much a head coach anymore. You're more of a manager of personalities. Steve Nash isn't really that kind of guy and never has been that kind of guy. Now you give him a young team where he actually instills his basketball IQ, his basketball knowledge into them, because you're not doing that with KD, Harden, and Kyrie. You get a team like that, then it shows what Nash can really do. But when you have KD, Harden, Kyrie, he's literally not doing nothing but calling timeouts and basically resetting their mindset when it comes to different runs and stuff. Like
let me ask you a
that's
question.
pretty much it.
That's a great point. But let me ask you a question. Wouldn't you like consider like a great coach is somebody that can mesh all these personalities? Like, I'm not trying to compare Steve Nash to like Phil Jackson, but you took Kobe and Shaq, who really honestly did not really like each other, and had them like playing like they loved each other, like they was brothers. Like, so wouldn't you say that making a great coach is being able to mesh these personalities and bring it all together?
Not necessarily, because
like type of
that's
person.
true.
Like it's just Steve Nash he's not the same person Phil Jackson is. I think also in that situation, it's like he already had experience with like Jordan, Pippen, and the Bulls and stuff like that. But like Steve Nash getting thrown into the net situation was like unfair for him. It was setting him up to fail, especially because he never really got a chance.
But
he
how
really
do you
never got a
explain-
chance with injuries and stuff like that, and just the drama that the players created a lot of.
You could say that, but like how do you explain the effect that Jacques Vaughn had when he finally took over the team? He's a first year head coach as well, but
they were gone.
They were all gone, and like they were kind of good for a bit. But hey,
KD and Kyrie, they played the best basketball together since they joined Brooklyn.
I'll say this: it didn't work, and it didn't work because everyone thought everything was good, and then one day Kyrie requested a trade. And then KD requested a trade.
That was Kyrie's beef with the owner. That had nothing to do with Jacques Vaughn.
But if he was winning a championship, he probably would have wanted to stay.
First,
he probably knew.
John's question.
I truly don't think that's the case. That would have been the case.
To answer John's question first, I don't necessarily think that makes you a good coach. And the reason I say that is because that's the difference between Pop and Phil. Phil has had some of the most success to compare to Pop, but when we all look at Pop, we know Pop is the coach, whereas Phil, he's the Zen master for a reason. He's able to keep the peace with everybody. And I think that's two different things. When you're talking about coaching, that's Pop. When you're talking about management of what we have going on in this locker room, Phil is the kind of perfect guy for that. And I think Nash would fit in more of the Pop mode. Not saying he is Pop, but like when we're looking at the two trees of type of head coaches that you have, he would fit more into that Pop, that IQ that I'm nurturing and teaching players, as opposed to I'm managing these different personalities. Because like Garrett said, you won 6 rings and dealt with Jordan, Rodman. I'm not even gonna go to Scotty's soft, emotional ass. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I won't even lump Jordan in there. Because Scotty's emotional as hell. Jordan's a personality in itself. But Rodman, that dude is just everything. Come on, gang.
That motherfucker was taking trips to North Korea, and he was dealing with him in the locker room, bro.
Phil
Jackson might be different for real.
And this is no shot to Will Hardy, but like I thought he did a good job this year with the Jazz. I feel like Steve Nash, if he was in that situation with that young Jazz team that was like had no expectations, I thought they'd do pretty good too. I feel like they would do pretty good.
I wonder what he'd do.
Give Steve Nash Jamal Mosley's job, and Orlando might be a playoff team this year.
Hey now,
or even like the Pacers, or like something like that. It would look nice. Like it would look like something's developing.
And that's based off because if Steve Nash if Steve Nash has a point guard like Tyrese Halliburton with that team, I think he could recreate that D'Antoni offense, but better, to the point where they're gonna play some defense. But Steve Nash is going to know some of the different holes in that D'Antoni offense to make it so much better, to where he could really have that Pacers team looking different.
Bruce Brown, the Sean Marion, Buddy Hield could be like the Quinn Richardson or something like that, or even the Joe Johnson. When they had him. Like
then you got Benedict Mathurin could be the Jason Richardson. Then you you could do some things.
Man, well, shoot. If Steve Nash get a chance on one of these young teams, let's see if he can get it shaken. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get to this mini game. Let's go ahead and get to our last little segment of the show, and that is the mini game. I guess kind of similar to our first, where I had some stats and whatnot. This is called guess the player. What I have hints. I'm going to talk about some stats. I'm going to talk about teams they played on, numbers they worn, nicknames that they had, like really anything. Okay, and we are going to have 7. We have 7 different players here. And first one of you guys to win 2 rounds. So basically guess 2 of these. Go ahead and wins the mini game. Does that make sense for y'all?
Yes, sir.
What are like the rules, like with like buzzing in? Like,
do we buzz or do we
get
just
one
say it?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. See, I didn't even
What
think
if we
about
do
that,
something
dude.
like let's say I buzz first or something, like let's say I buzz first, then I can't buzz in until someone else like buzzes in and gives an answer or something
Okay.
like that. Like,
All right, that's cool.
so
with
like
me.
if like
That's cool
let's
with
say
me.
Mo buzzed in after, then I could buzz in again or something like that,
All right, that's cool with me.
Okay.
All right, bet. All right, here we go. That's cool with me. So we all understand the rules. Let's go ahead and get into it. First player. First hint is that he wore number 13 and number 10 throughout his career.
Buzz.
Go ahead.
This okay. It's gonna be kind of weird because we just talked. Is it Steve Nash?
It is Steve Nash.
Oh my God.
God damn.
He wore
Garrett got
on the
one on the
Lakers,
board.
and he wore 13.
Yeah, he
man.
did.
Garrett,
I'm a
all
Steve
right.
Nash fan, bro. He's my second favorite point guard ever behind this guy right here.
All right. Here we
Figures.
go.
No, I'm
Next
just-
next player we got. He played 8 seasons in the NBA. He wore jersey numbers 17, 33, and 21 throughout his career. Okay. He's a one-time All-Star. He's played on go ahead, somebody said something?
No, I just said like I'm thinking.
Okay. He's played on 4 NBA teams throughout his career.
Buzz.
Go ahead.
I don't. Only because you said one-time All-Star. I don't know what jersey this nigga wore. Rashard Lewis?
And it's not Rashard Lewis.
Nah.
All right. Here is the order of the teams he played on.
God damn it.
Lakers, 76ers, Cavs, Pacers.
Buzz.
What's up?
Oh, well, okay. I know who it is, but he didn't play on the Sixers. He just kind of sat out. It's Andrew Bynum.
God damn it. I knew it. God.
He was officially on
Because
the
that
roster.
76ers threw me off for a second, but then I was like, it has to be Andrew Bynum because he's the only one I've known that's worn.
And he's a Chicago Bull for one day.
Well, a Chicago Bull for one day. Wow. All right. There we go.
Cleveland traded him there for Luol Deng. I'll never forgive the Bulls for that. I'll never forgive Garpax for that, man.
Well, that's crazy. I mean, if we going off the rules in the beginning, Garrett already won because I said 2 rounds and that nigga
Well,
got
I mean,
first
that was
2.
quick. We could just do the other ones just for fun,
All right,
like the other
let's
5.
go ahead. All right, let's go ahead and get it cracking. All right, next player. He is a 3-time NBA champion. He has played on 7 different teams throughout his career. He won a back-to-back title.
Is it Danny Green?
It is Danny Green.
Buzz. My
there
fault.
you go. There you go. That shit. There you go.
That's a good one.
There you go, my boy.
That was a good one.
What gave it away for you, Trill?
Wait.
It was the back-to-back titles.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
didn't he won with the Raptors and then won with us. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was thinking like the
2000,
2002 Lakers, and then when you said back-to-back, it threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
So
and then you said 3 rings. You said 3 rings and back-to-back. So off rip, I was like, okay, that's the only dude that I remember recently. But then he won with the Spurs back in 14. So
Hey, Patrick McCaw.
Hey, y'all want to know something funny, bro? Shout out,
my guy.
Shout out Patrick McCaw. Y'all want to know something funny? It's a whole breed of NBA fans that don't know how good Danny Green, like for real, used to be.
Man,
bro,
that nigga was a 2-way specialist.
They just don't know.
I used to actually not like him, bro. Like I really didn't like Danny Green for a period of time because he was that nice in the playoffs.
That nigga was like that.
He would have been Finals MVP in 2013 if they won, especially in Game 6. If they had won that, he was going to be Finals MVP. People don't ever talk about that though.
All right, y'all ready for this next player? This next player.
Yes, sir.
Hell no.
He
Come on,
has
Jay.
13 playoff appearances, but 0 rings.
Damn.
He's
Hey,
played
you
for
suck. No, I'm
6 NBA.
Buzz.
What's up?
JJ Redick.
Oh,
No.
Damn, I thought that was a good. Oh.
That's a really good guess, though. I ain't gonna lie. He's played for 6 NBA teams. He played.
Buzz.
Go ahead.
Tracy McGrady.
It's not Tracy McGrady.
Damn.
He played 19 seasons in the NBA.
God.
He's a 10-time All-Star.
wait, 6 teams.
Part of his nickname.
Why am I
I know
blanking?
it, bro. I can't buzz again. God damn.
Buzz, but
you
wait, I
can, but
can't either,
after.
huh?
No, yes, you can. 'cause
After
I
you
did.
two, after
you
those
can, you
two,
can.
though. Oh, I can, because he did.
It's
Yeah.
it was like after one person buzzed. I was
So
thinking
then,
like
Buzz. So then,
yeah,
Buzz, I'm
you can
back
buzz.
in it.
Go ahead.
Is it
Motherfucker,
Melo?
Warriors.
It is Melo. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because he just got under 20, and then I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, this nigga nice, but he ain't won shit. Melo,
Man,
Nigga ain't win shit.
I was thinking James Harden at first when you said 13 and no rings, but then I'm like, he has 14. Like I literally went through and counted each one, and I'm like, he has 14. So
All right, here we go.
That's
You
not what
ready?
you just did that just off the mental. You a real nerd at this shit.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Me?
lie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
y'all
I know he was
him.
drafted in
That's what I
09
get.
and it's 23,
Oh.
so that's 14 years. Because I know he's never missed the playoffs.
and that's why I guess JJ Redick at first, because I know he's never missed, but he also hasn't won.
He did.
But then
he
you
did
said the
miss,
All
actually.
Stars, and I was like, oh shit, never mind.
JJ
Well,
Redick
then
missed that,
yeah,
that
Zion
first
let him
year
down.
Zion was on the Pelicans because he
Yeah,
was
Zion
like,
let him
Zion,
down.
motherfucker, I ain't
Well,
missed
no,
the
no,
playoffs
I'm
yet.
saying, but that's not what I meant. What I meant to say was, I remember him saying he had a streak, but hasn't really. I know he hasn't won because the
Mhm.
only time he went to the finals was with the Magic, wasn't it?
Yep, that's the only time.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
All right.
tough. That was a Magic team, though. That team was
nice, nigga.
Michael
They took it-
Petrus is
Hey.
forever an underrated legend.
Shout out Michael
Tito
Petrus, man.
Turkoglu. Man, shout out Turk.
Mhm. Hey, bro, I just played against. I don't ask me why I didn't know this, but Hedo Turkoglu played for fuck, who is that team the Lakers
Clippers.
played? Huh?
Oh, never mind.
I was
thought you
just
were gonna say
I was
Clippers.
just doing Mamba moments. Who did they play against that game? I forget
The
who it was,
Raptors,
but it was
maybe.
was it the Raptors? Because it was
Raptors, Spurs.
it was a game that Shaq fouled out. It was game 6. It was the game where Kobe was like this. Like he was like, calm down, I got y'all. Kings.
I know.
I didn't know Turkoglu played for them.
Kings, Raptors,
Oh, yeah, Turkoglu played for the Kings.
Magic.
I didn't know
He played for
Turkoglu
the
played for the
Suns.
Kings.
Yeah, you
I'm
know,
talking
Oh,
about the
it's
Kings,
but
Garrett.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
realize that. Like I was playing and I was like Turkoglu. I went to the stats. I was like, play for the Kings? What?
Yeah, that I remember that year, like the one that everyone says is like fixed and stuff like that, because Peja missed a couple games and then like he played pretty good, but I mean, no one ever really talks about that.
He
Just 'cause,
wasn't
like,
the Turkoglu.
that
He
wasn't-
wasn't.
Yeah, and because just like obviously the refs were gonna get all the attention, but I thought he played pretty good
Yeah.
in those
That
games
shit
without
was
Peja.
questionable. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie though, doing these Mamba moments, it's making me realize a lot of people forget the shit Kobe did. Cause some
Man.
of these things that I'm doing on there, I'm like, bro, I forgot Kobe did this, bro.
Crazy.
I gotta go
That
through
is
those
cool.
and do those. I haven't started them yet.
Yeah, bro, it's fun, bro. I'm
It's
telling
like
you.
part of 2K or something like that. Like
Yeah, so you know how
Yeah.
2K11 had Jordan moments?
Yeah.
This 2K has Mamba
That's
moments.
hella
It's
dope, I
Kobe's
ain't
shit.
gonna lie.
Yeah. We were asking for it when he passed, but they were like, nah, we got y'all 24. So
that's lit. I ain't gonna lie.
it's fire, bro.
Yeah.
That's fire.
I've
It is
only did the
fire.
first one, which was that Kings game, but I think the one I'm on now, it's a 03 game. I can't remember which game it was, but it's an 03.
Yo, it's good.
Sports
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
What's
Hey,
the deal?
In the
I don't know
house.
about y'all, but Sports Wikipedia be DMing me, questioning me about my teams, players who I would choose and stuff. I'm not gonna lie,
Same.
it's good talks. Me and him be DMing a lot about hoops and stuff. It's really dope.
He's a real
So,
one. For sure.
go sub to his channel, go follow him, all that.
Facts.
The 40
Hey,
plus.
because we
I
were-
think
the last- Oh, go ahead.
I think this is the
Go ahead.
Mamba moments that's next. Now that you say that on 2K, I think that's the one that's next that I have to do because I know it said it was 03, but it was like 4 a.m. So I was tired. So
So it could have
funny
not
though,
been 03.
It's funny when we were
no,
talking
it was
about
03 for sure.
Nash as a coach for maybe like the Pacers staff, because I think that's like the last thing I was talking to Sports Wikipedia about. He asked me about Halliburton, and then after that, he asked me about like the 7 seconds or less offense with like Steve Nash and stuff. And I'm like, can you imagine, like, you know, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny that we were talking about that just not too long ago.
The Pacers running 7 seconds or less?
Well, like we were talking just
it,
about
but...
both of those at once, but then like you kind of like made a connection about
the fact that
so
we're just
yeah.
Are y'all ready for these last
cool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it cracking. So we did another. We're gonna do another 0 ring guy. So also 13 playoff appearances. Damn. Also 13 playoff appearances, 0 rings as well. This guy played 16 seasons in the NBA. He's a 5-time All-NBA first team selection. He's a 1-time NBA MVP. Nowadays, you can catch him on 5-time All-NBA first team. You guys need me to repeat anything?
No. Well, wait, how many seasons did he make the playoffs, you said?
13 seasons, made the playoffs, never got a ring.
13 seasons.
You said 13? I thought you said 16.
No, 13 playoff appearances. He played.
I'm tripping off the 5 first team appearances and no ring. Who the fuck?
Nowadays,
you said by first team, right?
I'm trying to think. I don't feel like John would pick someone like super old. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm trying to not do. Like, I don't think he'll pick someone old, so I'm trying not to think that far. But like, you said 1 MVP,
one MVP. I can give you guys his jersey numbers he wore.
No, I feel like that's gonna make it easy because it's an MVP.
Okay, then don't give it away yet.
Let me tell you what teams he played on. I won't tell you in order. I'll just say the teams.
Okay, yeah, you can say the teams then.
Okay, no order right here. He played on the Rockets, he played on the Suns, and he played on the 76ers.
But
shit, damn, that took out who I thought it was.
I buzz first.
Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Charles Barkley.
Yes, sir, Mo. That's what I'm talking about.
Who'd you say?
Charles
Barkley.
Oh, WP.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say AI, but I was like, nah, he ain't never. Once you said the teams, that I didn't know who it was. Shit.
Damn, he made first team.
I'm bad at memorizing like what, how many times they made what team. If it's like something like that, like 5 times first team All NBA, kind of threw me for a loop because I'm thinking like he probably made All NBA like about 10 times. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I'm sure.
Oh, I get what you mean, Gary. Yeah.
Like I'm thinking like the whole thing. I'm not thinking like that many years, unless they have like 1 or 2 maybe.
This last one, I think y'all gonna get quick, but all right, here we go. Ready? This guy, he's still playing today. He's only made 1 All NBA first team so far.
I'll buzz in.
What's up?
This is early, but is it SGA?
It's not SGA.
Well, that doesn't qualify. Now I screwed.
Go ahead, Mo.
Is it Damian Lillard?
It's not Damian Lillard.
Damn.
Okay, I can buzz in
then.
again then.
He's an 8-time All-Star so far.
That took out who I was gonna try to guess.
All right, y'all better be ready because these next 2 are gonna be like easy.
8-time All-Star.
He played 2 seasons at Fresno State.
Buzz.
What's up?
Paul George.
Trill got that.
Trill
got that. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Trill got that.
I must be lagging then.
The Fresno State gave it away. Damn, bro, it's a lot of losers on this bitch, bro. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, gang.
Nah, it's not that. It's just the fact that like there's some buckets, but like they ain't did shit else. Like,
man,
that's what's crazy about the NBA. It's like there's so many buckets, and like when they are like the top bucket getter, you know it. But when you're a bucket getter and a winner, that's different.
That's what separates like them great niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LeBron.
There's a reason we argue Bron, Kobe, Jordan, and then the rest, the field.
Exactly. The rest is just over there. Exactly, man.
The field.
Well, shit. Look, I mean, this been a solid stream, y'all. Going on here. Let me see what he's saying. Low key, Barkley underrated. 1998, 93, averaged 25 points and 10 rebounds. Oh, 88. Oh, my fault. Yeah. Yeah, hell yes.
Barkley was a stud. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock. Do your thing.
Nah, man, I just wanted to say appreciate everybody that's still on here, man. If you still on here showing love, you are a real one. We had great conversations, man. We talked about a whole bunch of spiel, real deal.
We gangbanging stuff? We gangbanging?
Steph. That's what you on right now, Steph?
My bad.
Crazy. Look at these numbers.
I started stacking and I forgot. You gotta, cause Young Thug be doing that shit. That nigga.
Careful, Steph. Careful, brother.
You start stacking. I threw up GD. Yeah, we do island.
Oh man,
you throwing the nah? See, you're crazy. I don't know this man. I
don't even know that.
What you talking about? What you talking about?
Listen.
See the flag in the back of the bro. You see the
at least listen. I'll put it to you like this. At least in California, it's kind of like culture to do it. With y'all.
No, y'all niggas really doing
y'all
that.
Actually in it when y'all say it.
Really doing that.
Bro,
yeah, like y'all are in it when y'all say it. In California, we'll say was Bracken blood, like just plain, like that's how we talk. Was Bracken blood or your Bomity? That's how we talk. That's just how we talk. That's culture.
I feel like Cali in it too. I ain't gonna lie.
Cali,
I mean,
no, because
not as much as Chicago, dog.
Bro,
I mean, yeah, Chicago is literally
no. Here, listen to what I'm saying though. California, the gang culture is ingratiated in regular culture. So in middle schools, high schools, you're gonna hear kids saying, "Nah, your Bomity was Bracken blood." Like you're gonna hear stuff like you're gonna hear "What's up, cuz?" Like you're gonna hear those things because it's literally just is ingratiated. Which y'all say that shit, y'all are getting shot because niggas really think you on that type of time.
All right, man. I'm not gonna do this on stream.
The Chicago
bro,
and Detroit.
It's real, bro.
I'm staying away from.
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm staying away from.
I'm telling you right now, Mo, you could go to Compton and say one of these things. They're gonna check you, don't get me wrong, but if they know you're not on that time, they're not doing nothing. Chicago, they're gonna check you and then fuck you up right after because they like you're not part of this, so why are you saying it?
Yo, you know one place you can't go according to Twitter is Garrett's Hood. I hear Garrett's Hood is crazy out there.
Hey,
you cannot go to my hood, bro.
We don't got a pass in your hood, Garrett.
Yeah,
well, you guys,
we not good.
You gotta check in, bro.
Through, but you guys can slide
I gotta check in, Garrett.
No. You guys can slide through. You're like VIP. You guys got VIP passes, but these other people on there, man, like
big KOT.
They aren't ready.
Somebody asked me who I know, be like, nigga, I know KOT. What are you talking about?
Like I got the pass, you know, like and then like you got
you see the key, nigga. You see the key, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
One of seven.
I get Garrett start tripping on your ass, nigga. Garrett come down here shutting all this shit down.
Man. Don't let Garrett come through. He shut the whole block down. Fun's over, motherfucker.
There we go.
W streams.
Facts. Hey, family. Appreciate y'all for staying tuned. As always, go follow our social media. Everything will be linked. Description down below. Go check us out. Shit. I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all got anything to say before we get out of here?
No, I ain't
got shit.
He said power forward, not point guard, Jay.
Oh, my fault. I saw PG. My bad.
This man said Russell Westbrook. I was about to say, what? He's not a power.
Hey, it's the Russ fan in me, my fault.
Most underrated power forward of all time, Patrick Williams.
Hey man, I did my top 50 list. I did a video on every player.
Let's wrap it up, then.
Let's just wrap it up.
Wrap it up, then.
All right, family. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
W.
Shout out to Prince.